Is it hard to understand?
When it comes to reading the Bible, the first thing that comes to mind is the fact that this is the Word of God.
The seals have been broken, and the truth is here.
And when we go throughout the scriptures, when we go throughout extra biblical records, we find that the language that God employed, that He used to create the heavens and the earth, was the Hebrew language.
Christ said, I came for the lost sheep of the house of Israel. But yet no one, no religious leader, no religious church out there anywhere can now identify the 12 tribes of Israel. Can we? God is quite simple, but it seems as if man makes understanding Him hard.
What are those mysteries?
The truth of your book and the truth will make you free. The Hebrew and Bible Academy, you're invited.
What's going on, everybody? What's going on? I am your host today, Elder Rawchaa, and I wasn't going to come on today. I had some important things to do, but guess what? I made it anyway. So, yes, we do have the bread situation coming for you guys. That's already in the works. Already been working on it. So, yeah, I'm here today, and I have a question. Okay, I have a question for everybody, and I think you guys already know the question. We're talking about some health tonight, so make sure you go ahead and hit that. Make sure you go ahead and hit the like button for me, if you don't mind. Hit the like button, if you don't mind. Shalom, everybody. It's a big question that a lot of people don't want to hear. You understand? But why are you not working out yet? All of the excuses. You already know what I'm drinking. BCAAs from KIIYSupplements.com. I'm on my ultra test so I can be on my ultra best. You know what I'm saying? Yes, indeed. Anyway, I'm feeling good. Came from the gym early this morning. Me and my wife. It's my workout partner. You know, iron sharpen iron. I mean, but you know, my iron been sharp for a long time, but still, you know, got to sharpen somebody else's iron. You know what I mean? So, how is everybody doing today? We're going to talk about, you know, just some health today, just to get everybody motivated. We are not fat shaming. We are not size shaming. But the truth is the truth. And guess what? We can all do better. So we've been talking about for the last few weeks some different things off and on, talking about diet, talking about health, trying to get ourselves back, knowing we all can do better. Okay, I'm not asking anyone to be like me. Okay, I'm not asking anyone to be like me. I'm just, you know, going to give a few examples in the Bible. And, you know, you can fit it according to your own will. Just trying to make sure that we upkeep that temple. And once again, everyone's not going to be a bodybuilder. And even being a bodybuilder after a while can become a little vain if you can't even do anything with the actual muscles. But it's still better to be in shape and healthy. My thing is, we're just trying to get people who uses that as an excuse to not do anything. You have some people who say, well, you know, bodybuilders, they can't, you know. Well, that's not actually true. It's all on each person. Everyone has their own personal goals that they may be doing, or, you know, whatever they may be trying to accomplish. The main thing is, and you know, let me say this. I don't want to be light about it, because at the end of the day, you need to try to work pretty hard. And unfortunately, and fortunately, simultaneously, that bodybuilding, and whether it's high impact training, intense training, plyometrics, they actually help you live more longer than just walking. Walking is good. But if you want to still, if your goal, and we're going to give a lot of tips today, we're going to get a lot of scriptures too. But if your goal is to actually be in some nice shape as you get older and still, you know, look pretty attractive, I'm just telling you the truth. I mean, I don't know what else to say. And to look pretty presentable, then guess what? It unfortunately is going to come with bodybuilding. That's just the reality of it. All right, to maintain your skeletal muscle. All right, but everyone has their own one. Some people are like, I don't want to hold all that weight, and guess what? You can't not be mad at them because everyone wants to do things in their own way of fashion. So at the end of the day, it's just like eating meat in a person who chooses to be vegan. Someone wants to be thin, allow them to be thin. Maybe they have reasons why they need to be thin. Someone who wants to be a little thicker, you allow them. Don't go around telling everybody, oh, you can't have that much weight, because their genetics may be a little different than you. So we're going to talk about these few things tonight, because there is people like myself. I have small joints. There's some people who has big joints. Big joints fit more muscle. Do the research. Naturally, they are able to grow more muscle very easy. They're easy gainers. They have thick joints. Some of us have small ankles. On a small ankle, usually you're going to have a smaller calf, a smaller forearm. That does not make you bigger, better, lesser, any of that. This is just genetics. Okay? So bigger jointed people, and also bigger jointed people, metabolism is usually a little slower, but they can gain muscle very easy. Okay? They're not going to be the leanest. People who have thinner joints are usually a little leaner with higher metabolism. It's just how it is. And you have some people who's just in the middle, depending on if the mom had big joints, dad has small joints. You just never know what you're going to get. So whatever you have to use it. Use it before you lose it. Let me get my notes out here before we get started. All right. And I'm going to give you a little testimony of when I started working out, being that that's the topic tonight. Once again, the Most High gave us these temples. And for me, I decided that, hey, once I joined the truth, to take working out a little bit more serious. I always have been working out since about 8 to 10 years old, believe it or not. Didn't know what I was doing, obviously. My stepfather was in the military. He always made us do push-ups. Even when we got in trouble, we were doing push-ups, or we were in the push-up hold. Like, sometimes he would make us be in the push-up hold for like 20, 30 minutes. And if we fail, when you fall, whop, you get in that belt. Okay, and I cannot read the chat right now. Guys, I can't. Listen, people, you have to understand, I can't read the chat and speak at the same time. I just can't do it. I can glance at it. If you have a serious question, I'm going to open up the calls today, and then I will be able to actually answer your question. Okay? I'm just telling you, I'm not God himself. So I'm just a man. But I will open up the calls today in the line so that I can actually answer your question, because I do not want you to think I'm ignoring you. All right? So please pay attention. Remember, we don't want any Facebook teachers in this chat. Elder Dale, if we get a Facebook teacher, he got to go. If we get an Instagram teacher, a YouTube teacher, I don't care if they're an Israelite, they got to go. This is not their lesson. All of a sudden, they pull the books out when we're teaching. This is not their lesson. We just ain't, unfortunately, no offense, brothers, but that's, if you don't know that, you don't know the Bible. So let's continue. My testimony was I played basketball, football, ran track, and I did all of these things for my genetics. And like many Israelites were good at these things. We are pretty, the Most High blessed us. He blessed all the tribes with athleticism. So I always did very well. Not at the beginning sometimes, because some of the sports I didn't understand. But I remember playing soccer at a very young age, because I grew up with a military pops. So I was able to hold that ball in the air without it hitting the ground, probably in about 5th grade. I was really good at that. But because, only Issachar was playing it, and when I got to another part of the neighborhood, I only seen black people playing basketball. I decided to switch my sport because I kind of fell out of place. Let's say that. And I sucked at basketball. I'm not going to lie, but I tried very hard. I was able to play the pickup games with the people. I was scoring. I used to watch the old school guys who did the hook. So I'm doing the hook from the 3-point line. People laughing at me, making fun of me. And I just got tired of it. You know what I mean? Didn't make the team. And I cried. The coach didn't put me on the team. I thought because I cried that I would be able to get on a team in the 7th grade. Nope. He's like, you come back next year. So I came back the next year in 8th grade. I asked my mom to buy me a goal. I just kept playing every day, watching, studying Michael Jordan. And I started to develop a So why am I talking about it right now? I'm showing you a few benefits we're going to talk about later, and how, for me, no one had to tell me this. This is just me. This is just, it's something that every person, when they want to do something, they're either going to do it or not. And I use this same discipline for the rest of my life. I was watching Michael Jordan. Maybe he's not the best example because I know he has people making his shoes in prison. But in the hood, we choose who's our examples. And, in men, we need a man. And I saw him saying, hey, practice makes perfect, seeing the Nike commercials. And so I took those sayings off a commercial and I just said, hey, keep practicing until you get perfect. So I became one of the first people in my neighborhood touching the rim, one of the first people dunking the basketball from not being able to play very good. The next year I went back and, I made the A team. But I decided, instead of being on the bench in the A team, because the guys were a lot taller and bigger than me at the time, that if I can start on the B team, that I would start on the B team. So I said, hey, I'll take, me starting and not sitting on the bench, right? Because I was really good at that time, but the guys were just bigger. And I played ball with them, in the street games, in the free pickup games. So they used to go out to little teen clubs and just different things. They would see me after 8th grade when we got to high school, because I started doing really good. I scored 27 points in the game. I mean, I did really good in middle school. They would see me running something you call horses. It's like running down the court, running back, you know what I mean? Doing all of these basketball drills. I developed my own discipline because obviously when you're playing a sport, you want to make it to the NBA. And the guys who I played with were very good. I mean, we went around playing other teams and things like that. So I said all this to say, my exercise was really not considered exercise in a sense, like bodybuilding. It was more so, hey, what every other kid wants to do in the neighborhood, wants to try to be famous doing something he loves. Obviously, I tried to lift my little weights. I was doing my curls at 10 years old, and it was my journey. I mean, I used to jump in front of the TV. I would ask my mom. I would jump for hours while watching TV because I just wanted to make it. I bought the jump soles. I bought the Sky King calf isolator. I mean, I'm doing everything you can possibly think of to try to make it to the NBA. I'm playing in the winter time. And listen, you can ask my mom. I'm being literal here. When I make my mind up to something, that's just how my mind works. Mom's cooking dinner. I come home from practice, and she's watching me like, son, what you doing? Oh, I'm watching TV, but I'm jumping in place for hours. I'm like 2 hours in just jumping, watching TV. Because I seen some guys who had some natural hops, boy, and they didn't have to do all that. They just had some God-given talent to just jump. And I said, boy, I got to make sure I keep up with them. So I'm just jumping, watching TV shows, right? And I just took it really serious. But it had nothing to do with bodybuilding. Obviously, in basketball class, they made us jump rope for 10 minutes straight without stopping. Then we had to go to the gym. Then we had to come back to practice for the games. But I don't really consider that I took working out serious. It was just a sport that I was doing because I wanted to make it. So I lost the love of basketball because of all the politics. And I'm still good to this day. I can still play on pro level. I mean, you better ask somebody. That's all I'm going to say. All I'm going to say is I'm good with the left and the right. I can shoot with the left and the right. And I make it better when somebody's on me. 3 people, I'm going to hit it from the 3-point line. If we down by 8, just give me the ball. That's all I'm going to say. It's already been proven in Africa. It's already been proven in America. I could do windmills all when I was young. So I don't need to give my whole basketball story. Okay, I'm not here to say who I'm better than, but I've actually done all of these things. I windmill dunk. I backwards. I did all of these fun things when you're young. But when I got into the truth, I said, man, when I was living alone as a young man in my own apartment, I used to see these big guys, and I'm like coming out of prison. You know what I mean? I'm like, good Lord. So I was always kind of hitting the bench. I had this Hispanic Puerto Rican guy. He would help me hit the bench when I was in high school. You know what I mean? It was always in Texas, you hit the bench and you hit a few curls. You didn't really know about triceps. You just hitting some benches and some curls. And I was playing basketball with this one guy. He was a big drug dealer, unfortunately. But he was thick. He was probably thicker than me at the time. You know, I'm pretty thick now, but he's pretty thick. And I always see him every single night with discipline. So I only knew to grow up around men with discipline. He hit 315 pounds, 10 sets of 10 every single night. If he went to the club, it's gonna be 3 a.m. He's hitting 10 sets of 10. I did not see this guy missing one night. And I mean, I lived in those apartments for a few years. And I was always, we were always able to hit 225 pounds, even in high school. That's like the normal. We probably were hitting that when we was 155 pounds. So that was like the norm. We couldn't really go up too much higher than that. So he tried to put the 315 pounds on me one day when I was working out with him. Boy, did that thing, he had to spot me. I couldn't get it in those days. But what motivated me for my little testimony? Well, I was playing with the same guy on the court. He dropped a shoulder on me, and his shoulders were pretty big like mine now. He dropped his shoulder, but he probably weighed about 250 pounds. So he dropped his shoulder on me, and it hit me here. And I said, I felt like I couldn't breathe. And I didn't tell him, I lost my air and my wind. And I wasn't nothing but about 165, 5'11", and I'm 6 feet, right? 5'11" and 3/4. With shoes on him, 6 feet. So he was like 230 pounds probably. I'm talking about hitting 315 every night. He felt like a concrete. So when he did that to me, I said, man, I would have to shoot him. I wouldn't be able to fight this dude. This dude's like a buffalo. Like, he's not even throwing a punch. He just dropped a shoulder on me. From that moment on, I knew that lifting weights had something to it. I didn't know everything about it, but I said it had something to it. So I'm grinding, doing, thousands of push-ups a day, even before I came to Egypt. And they would know me. Drop down, do some push-ups, me and my homeboys. And when I was on the job, because a lot of people have excuses, I was working at the car wash sometimes. I'm hitting some dips, hitting some push-ups in between breaks. So when I come home, I really don't need to work out because I've already done in between sets at work. So I'm just giving y'all my testimony really quick. And so, I did that. And then when we got to Egypt, I was 24 years old, young man. And I said, man, I haven't done pull-ups in a long time. Let me see how many full pull-ups I could do. I'm going to be honest with y'all, I was embarrassed. Out of all the pull-ups we do when we're kids in school, the strength of nature that the Most High gives us when we're young, man, I can only do I think 2 or 3 full pull-ups. Full. Without getting tired. Obviously, I can force some out, but I wanted to do it without forcing them. I said, man, I can't be a man. For me personally, if this motivates you, my mind works this way. If I feel less than, not worrying about anybody, it disciplines me. I have to have, since I was a little kid, this self-discipline. I have to be great. I have to, when someone's sleeping, I have to be doing something. When I was playing sports, when somebody's sleeping, I used to hear these quotes. Then I'm working out. I'm doing 10 more reps than that person. But that's vanity in the world. So now I just took the same thing and not try to compete with our brothers and sisters just for my own health and just to be able to protect my family and maybe motivate someone else. So I started watching these guys in New York. Shout out to New York, because that's the first time I ever saw people like Hannibal, Beast, and all of these peoples on the bar. When I say the bar, they were doing pull-ups. I had never seen this stuff before, so I have to give these guys the credit because these guys were the foundation of me. So that's why we can't root all of our people out in the world, because there's some wisdom still there. These guys are still doing this stuff today. They probably not ever really going to be too famous, some of them, because it's just, guys staying healthy. But they're going to be far more superior and ready than most people. okay, because they made it pretty much like a profession to a certain degree. So I'm watching these guys and motivating me. I'm trying to find some pull-up bars in Egypt. Can't find. Yeah, I've seen the bartenders, all these people, but I really like Beast, the guy Beast with the long dreads going down to his back. I mean, I like Hannibal. I like these guys that just really just juice. I was watching these guys in 2009, right? And I was trying to find pull-up bars in Egypt. I couldn't find them, guys. I had to find like these gazebo type of things by the beach. And every night I dedicated myself, me and Malak, I'm going out there, I'm working out, I'm gonna be like, these bartender guys, you know what I mean? And guys, I stayed with body weight doing that for years. On top of the Hebrew Academy with Elder Rawchaa, they used to make us, jog and do this military type of training. Little basic wrestling type of things, little martial arts. And between that, I would run with because I had a partial ACL tear, run with what's the 5-gallon jugs on my back? Got one, then got two, because I had a partial ACL tear. I thought going hard on it and working out would help it, but it actually made it worse. I was going too hard on it, and I couldn't walk sometimes. Sometimes my leg would just totally give out because I didn't want to get surgery. And then when my legs start favoring that leg, eventually the other ACL popped just one day in the morning. So I got 2 partial ACL tears. But like I said, with my MSM, it ended up helping me with these situations after taking it for so long. So that was my workout journey. After that, I started to study bodybuilding because I've always benched and been able to bench 225. But I said, I want to take this stuff serious. Elder Rawchaa got these famous pictures of him used to be a bodybuilder. He used to do it before me. But I started to get into it with like brothers like young Nate, Rapayala's brother, me. We were doing calisthenics and working out, and I became really, really strong. I mean, I was doing 315 pounds on the bench at 170 pounds or 165 pounds on free weight. I don't use free weight like that anymore, but we were doing some crazy stuff. Hanging from the side of the bar, we still do it to this day. Muscle ups. You talking about we used to do 1,000 pull-ups a day. I mean, to where our elbows were we didn't know what we were doing. We were just going at it like the people we saw in New York. It became so boring because I kind of mastered it, doing the upside down push-ups. The push-ups you do on the wall with your head to the floor. I mean, we were doing all that. Hanging on the bar on the side like a Superman for like 1 minute to see how long we can hang. We would muscle up. I would muscle up with 80 kilos on my legs. And that training was because, like, what if somebody's hanging from me on a mountain? What if a baby's hanging from me? If I can't pull myself up, how would I be able to pull them up? So we would take the weight, pyramid all the way up slow. We would only do 1 rep. We would use every weight on the whole rack. We would probably start from 2.5 pounds, go to 5 pounds, go to 7 pounds, all the way up to but they use kilos. And then we would come all the way back down. Do 1,000 push-ups, 1,000 pull-ups, and it was like every day we did it. So people usually run away when we would work out. You know what I mean? Got to 100 pull-ups straight. I said all this to say to motivate you before we start the lesson, guys. I don't want to bore you with my stories, but I'm saying this to say there's some limits that we don't know we can go. I mean, Elder Rawchaa had me doing some curling for 5 minutes. When I worked out with him in Europe, he had me curling a machine, the whole rack. Every weight on the machine. He had me curling and doing triceps on the whole machine for 5 minutes. After that 5 minutes, I had to go and do the next machine for 5 minutes. I mean, it had nothing to do with muscle, my mind. So that's what we're trying to talk about today too, the mindset. I'm not going to say I didn't know I can do it because I jumped into it. I'm like, I got to finish it. That's my mind. I'm like, if I jump into this, I got to finish it. So that's the mindset I'm trying to talk about today. It's not if I was going to finish. It's like, I have to finish it. So that's what I asked today. Why are you not working out yet? It's these things that it's these like parameters and these levels. It's these things we need to have in our mind. Make certain things beneath us. Certain things like, no, I have to do that. I have that naturally because I can't give up and I can't lose. I mean, I think I ran like a 2 or a 400 against people who I probably knew was faster than me. But I said, this was in middle school. I said, man, listen, you know how you start the race slow, right? And then you have to speed up when it's time to finish. I said, if I don't start fast with these guys, they're going to beat me. Because all Israelites are good. All Israelites are good. It's just the mindset of who has the most heart in the mind. So, and you usually supposed to start slow. I said, man, I can't start slow with these cats. They gon' whoop me. You have some guys just naturally God-given speed way faster than I could ever be. And I'm in like the elite, but some guys will just woo. So I ran that race, guys, and I won first place. But let me tell you, I felt like I had asthma. I fell on the ground after winning first place. Couldn't breathe. But I said that to say, are we going to have this type of mindset in the kingdom? They like, man, you won. They congratulate me. I couldn't even talk. I mean, I couldn't even breathe. I done fell on the floor to win the race. Probably wasn't the most skillful thing. I knew what I was doing, but I knew if I don't do this, it's not going to happen. You're going to need to have this type of mindset in life to be successful at whatever you do. I took something like exercise to better my whole life. So some of you who down exercise, some people say all you need to do is just eat good. You don't have to exercise. That's BS. That's total garbage. We're going to talk about it tonight. That's total garbage. Can you do that? Yeah. Everything is your own choice. But let me tell you a story that happened to me. I told you. People used to make fun of me because they were really side haters. You know, maybe I'm a handsome guy to them. I don't know. Maybe whatever they come up within their mind. Had a lot of side haters, a lot of Negroes who side hated all the time. I slipped on the floor when I was playing for the Sprite League in Houston. And I had never got a dunk in the game. And I said, you know, I have to start getting these dunks in the game. People are hating on me, whatever, always hating on me. And so I'm running down, fast break, like this is my turn, because I made a agreement with myself. I'm like, I'm dunking this game. Slipped because there was sweat on the floor. People laughed at me, man, on the court. The fans laughed. I'm like, man, like people are literally ruthless, no different than social media today. People just laughed at me, man. I couldn't understand this thing of black people always kind of laughing at their own people, making fun of each other. So next week, I said, man, I'm dunking next week. I'm going to make this up. People want to laugh at me and hate on me. And guess what? When you think about the hate, it wasn't really like, it was more so they had self-esteem issues with themselves. And the next week I came in there, I had my ankle weights on, so I felt light in the warm-up. My boy shot it from the three-point line. He wasn't really my boy, but he was on my team. I had haters on my team too. So I run from the three-point line. You know how you watch the Three Ninjas, and when they hitting the baseball, the ball looks big. It like gets big in their mind. That's what happened to me. I remembered that. And so when he shot it, it hit the front of the rim. And so I ran up between everybody. It's like I blocked the whole people out because everybody want to make fun of me. I'm going to show you I'm not the one to make fun of. So I ran between everybody. And that ball looked so big to me so I could catch it. And you got some guys who used to some corny dudes in my classroom who's always playing around, trying to joke. And they were like 6'4", 6'5". Mind you, I'm only 5'11" and 3/4", right? So I grabbed the ball off the rim and I put it all the way back here. Excuse me, I'm sweating. I pull it all the way back here. And guess what? I slam dunked that ball. And let me tell you, my private part was all in their face. No diddy, but I made them feel low. And all the crowd ran on the floor because I decided that day that's who I'm going to be. And it's dangerous when you make these chances, but guess what? Some of you, I watched this post. Some of you guys, you don't understand how important it is to have the faith that Peter needed to walk on water or he was going to sink. I watched this post, right, where I seen a fish the beach is right here, right? You got the sand right here, excuse me. You got a little, it's like it made a little puddle right here where the fish was caught in there. And then you got the sea right here, the beach water's right here. The fish jumps out of the little part where it made a little pond, and it's so close, just right there inside of the beach water. Sometimes that's how we have to think with the mindset in life. The fish crawling on the sand to get to the other side of the water, it was only like 2 feet away. The fish could have possibly drowned probably 3 feet away. The fish took a chance drowning to get to the big part of the sea. We have to decide who we gonna be. And I'm talking about working out today because this is how important it is to work out. It literally, let me tell you, sets off so many alarms in your spirit to help you to be able to do other things. Because when you're working out, you don't know, like, listen, once you get to 10 reps, if it's hard for you to do 10 reps, you're going to want to do 20. But then it's like, hold up, I can maybe do 100. Maybe I can do 50. How is that going to transfer over into life? Some of you are already great with your mindset, but you don't work out. If you work out and add that, guess what? You might be even better than you are. We're gonna talk about the benefits of it. You're gonna feel better. Your mind is gonna be more clear. We're gonna talk about all these things. So listen, I had to overcome some challenges, guys. But you know what? I said the same thing you use, the same equation you use in life when it came to basketball, just use that in everything you do. And I did it. You have your own examples. You have your own things that you've been through, your own trials and tribulations. You need to use that for you. It might be corny that I use basketball for everything, but it was just this. Work until you get it. Keep working until you get it. Be patient because it's not going to happen overnight. If you're not willing to work, you're not going to have anything. And the Bible talks about this. Whatever you went through in your life that you have overcame and it was successful, that's what you have to do. And working out can help you to do that. Everyone is not going to be able to lift what he or she lifts. It don't matter. I mean, I got my wife. I ain't trying to show off, but my wife got that on the incline, the 45 on each side today. And I'm proud of her because guess what? She would have that little 5, that 2.5 on there, that little, the 10. And I'm like, no, today you're trying the 45 on each side. You got all the women in the gym looking like. And I said, and you're going to be doing pull-ups. Because most women, it's less than 1% that any woman can do a pull-up. So when you see a woman doing a pull-up, sometimes you need to just stare and watch because it's like, yeah, she's in the 1%. She's in the 1%. She can actually probably save her life if she's falling from a branch or a tree or whatever the case may be. So I said, no. We all could do pull-ups when we were little. We fall off as we get older. And people will start to accept these things. So my babies do pull-ups every day. I don't have to tell them. They know what to do. Get up, work out. And they work out on an empty stomach because if we got to get up and run and there's something going on, they need to be able to move that body on an empty stomach. Period. They might drink a little water or whatever sometime, but they need to be able to move without needing food first. First thing, thank the Most High you awake. Be ready to move. That body needs to be trained to move early. Got they homeschooling next. See? And they workout is brutal. Like I said, they doing 100 jump squats. They jumping straight into there. I mean, when I see my daughter only rest for like 10 seconds, I said, man, they must have been doing this for so long. I forgot I gave this to them because I broke it up into parts. But they doing it straight. 100 jump squats straight into 100 low squats. I said, good Father of mine. Right? So if children can do it, and when we were children, we used to do all of these things. Obviously, our bodies are more young and tender, and things get older. But that doesn't mean we shouldn't do anything. That's all I'm saying. It's some things that we should never lose that God gave us. Pull-ups is a lifesaver. So that's why for me, it will always be in my daily routine. It's a pulling movement. It may save a life. It may help me to save someone else's life. So sometimes I may pull up with a little added weight, thinking about if someone's hanging from me like they do in the Hollywood movies, which the Hollywood movies are totally fake. But I said, hey, what if that really happened? I would like to be able to pull up with some type of vest with 100 pounds. And I've already done it, obviously, but some of you can't even pull your own self up, and you shouldn't feel bad about it, but you should say, hey, today, could I save my own life? Could I even save my own life? Because I was in a life-saving situation where the angels saved me because I was hanging from a cliff on a beach where the current would have killed me. I knew that I probably would have died in that, honestly, and I was in Egypt. Right? So I remember Malak remembers that they was me, him, and two brothers from Houston. One of the brothers, I don't know if, bless the brother, I don't know if he was all there, but he just sitting there watching. He didn't even come try to help save me. I slipped on we were fishing. I slipped on the algae. The algae is very slippery on those huge rocks. And I was just sitting here and I just literally slipped. It's not something I did. I was trying to move in a certain area and I had to claw my way into the rocks. I had little baby sea worms all over me. I had a nice fur coat on. I had my old school sidekick on me, the old phone. And I used to do pull-ups every day. So mind you, I did pull-ups every day. This is a time where I was in my prime doing pull-ups. And I still could barely save my life. If you can't do one pull-up, you're gone. Reality is you're already gone. Only the angels can save you. So I'm just provoking a little thought to say, hey, start somewhere and maybe one day you'll be able to do that. I'm not saying you have to do pull-ups to get into the kingdom, but I'm saying, hey, none of us never know what situation we'll be in. Do you think I thought that I would be hanging from a cliff in the sea with raging waves of the sea? I said, boy, if the Most High sees my soul, I'm going to be more terrified of him telling me I made a stupid mistake, even though I didn't try to do that. I mean, I was just literally just trying to get in a good spot to fish. But I'm not Esau. I can't take chances like this. So I said, you know what? I have no strength left. I felt like needles were coming all through my body. And you right at that point to where you are thinking about giving up. And I had no strength left in me. And it was only a matter of less than a minute, maybe 2 minutes. 2 minutes. I'll give it 2 minutes, 3 minutes. Because it's been a while. But I did at least 100 or more pull-ups a day. What does that say about people who's not doing anything? So when I started my supplement company, when I tell you guys something, I'm not telling you something because I'm just some guy who's just doing some workouts and telling you, hey, you should work out like me. I've been through something. I've been through a lot. I have a lot of injuries and I'm still blessed to be able to, I couldn't walk a lot of times. I got a shoulder injury, a lower back injury from deadlifts, 2 partial ACL tears. I had a ankle, a torn Achilles. Some stuff clicking on me because I done went so heavy. I done back arm 225 pounds. I done curl 225 pounds at 185. I done did stupid stuff just because of my courage. That's probably not the smartest, but I can come back and give you some of the wisdom to help you. I'm not gonna lie, man. Listen, between your rock, really is your rock is one of my biggest motivators because we was in Egypt together for so long. I mean, we just talk about doing some crazy stuff. I put 600 pounds on my back of squats. Now, I didn't squat that alone. I had to have some spots with Brother Aquan and Brother, what's his name? Quadam's brother to help me. But boy, I would never do that again. We tried some crazy, stupid things, I'll tell you right now. But just our mind was not afraid of things. So back to the story. I'm sticking my nails inside the rock. I said, boy, if the Most High tells me I'm sending you to hell because you did something stupid, that's what I was more afraid of. That's what made me survive. That. And I had no strength left. So I thought about how animals got claws. I stuck my nails inside of the rock deep and hard. And I broke every nail. Every nail had a blood clot. Every single nail. But I said, I cannot die today. And I was like, Father, just help me. And I stuck them in so hard. Harder. I didn't care if they broke off. I'm like, I can't die today because the water's splashing against the rock. I see fishes in the water and everything. I mean, they hitting hard. And you can't swim out of that current. And I'm an expert swimmer. I wouldn't have been able to swim out of that current with that buoyancy in that water. So I end up getting a little part of my body on the rock, the huge rock. It's a huge rock. Then I got some of my feet on it, some of my elbow, and I'm just climbing for dear life. And I said, boy, my mom, if my mom only knew when I used to be a Boy Scout out there fishing in alligator lakes, swimming in alligator lakes with these white boys. I'm like, listen, after that day, I said, I'm not doing nothing these Edomites be doing no more. And I love y'all Edomite brothers, but y'all can keep that. I'm going to keep the simple Jake life. When my stepfather was in the military, what I didn't realize, when he put me among a bunch of, Edomites and white people, I learned a lot, how to tie knots, how to get in a canoe, flip it over, how to flip it back over in alligator lakes camp. They taught us how to build your own. I mean, I learned a lot of stuff pre-military at a young age. Let me tell you how Esau works. They have you out there in elementary. I was in elementary and middle school at Boy Scouts, literally camping alone. I'm sleeping outside. You guys don't know the curiosity I had when I was young. I used to see 20, 30 alligators like 50 feet down. My simple butt, I was so curious at the time, I kind of went down. It was like a slope. I fell down the slope, guys. I could have died. Yeah, I went kayaking too. I did all that. I fell down the slope. No one knew. I'm halfway down the slope. And I said, oh my goodness, once again, as a kid, I have to use the tree roots that's coming out of the ground on the slope to pull myself back up. It took me about 20 minutes. So let me tell you, I don't know. I would not allow my kids to go to Boy Scouts because those scoutmasters were not watching us. We were able to just go out alone and do anything. I mean, it was crazy. Here it is. We going in the swimming pool to get the test to see if you are able to go into the swimming pool, the deep parts of the swimming pool, or go in the lake. My butt lied. I lied because I wanted to be my friends because I didn't know how to float at the time. So I lied and told them, oh, I got this bead. Because they said you get the red bead, the white one, or the blue one or something. So I lied and told them I got the other one so I can be with my friends because I wouldn't be able to swim with my friends. I think I did enough to stay in the pool. I was like, nah, I want to be in the lake, so I lied. And I went in the lake. White boys is pulling out, burning leeches off of them. And I said, boy. Now, mind you, I was supposed to go to Colorado at the time. My mom, boy, she probably had a fit how crazy I was. So why did I bring this story out for fitness? Life-saving. Long life and life-saving is really, for me, at this age, why I train. I don't train for muscle. I have more than enough muscle now. I'm really not trying to get any bigger. Obviously, sometimes I'm probably going to tone it down a little bit. You know what I mean? So I'm just telling you the truth. Right now, I train for life-saving and long life and health. And to be able to protect my friends and family and myself. That's it. Okay? Some of you don't have muscle. You should train to get some because skeletal muscle is one of the most, it's one of the things that's going to help you live the longest, even outside of diet, more than diet. Skeletal muscle. Obviously, you have to eat. But when you look at the studies, I'm reading books. I'm watching people that's 50 years old, 60 years old, 70 years old. Bodybuilding is outliving even diet. I'm going to be honest with you. It is. It looks better. It's outliving diets. People with trash diets are living to be 80, 90 years old from bodybuilding. So I'm not telling you have to go get on stage and win a contest and get in a bikini for the white man. But I'm telling you the truth. Bodybuilding, sprinting, running miles is outliving even a diet. Now, obviously, we should eat God's diet because I'm preaching that. We should do both. But the reality is, it is. And it's allowing sisters and brothers to look like they are still staying in their 40s, low 50s. I'm just telling you the truth. So if you start early, it's never too late to start, but if you start early, you won't start to get these wrinkle skin and certain things that some of you may have eventually had to get because you didn't do it. You can cure the skin, temper it, and cure that muscle so it can always stay looking smooth. I'm telling you the truth. So that's my little testimony of why I work out. I've done a lot of amazing things. Even a Russian guy in Europe told me that he's the judge. He was like an actual judge. He had a better body than me, but he told me, he said, if you come to Russia with your body, when I was training out there in Europe, he said, you would actually be able to win first place with your body. And I said, no, sir, I'm just training, for this or whatever the case may be. I'm not really into trying to do the bodybuilding thing and the posing thing. But he was like, no, I'm serious. Like, you would be able to win. He was like, this guy that trains here, he went there. He said, but you're better than him. You know what I mean? So this was a white guy, white Russian. So I said that to say, we getting ready to get into it because this is in the Bible. The Bible talks about all of these things that we just talked about today and how it was used to free the children of Israel, how it's used to give you, long life, health, lack of disease, and things of that nature. Caleb himself, which is one of the people who the Most High favored, right? Judah, from the tribe of Judah. Caleb was he 80 years old? Caleb was 80 years old, and he said, I am still able to go out and to come in from war. Do you know how powerful that is? Caleb said, I am able to go out and come in from war confidently. Now, let me tell you, and that's back in the days. He was 80 years old. I've trained with some guys who are older who did not take steroids. I trained with a 67-year-old guy. A lot of my friends have always been old school guys. I really don't hang with young people because they always compete, too cocky, sizing people up. I really never really hung around people my age unless I was trying to help better their lives. And I was the leader of the group. I just really can't get down like that. I don't really have the time for that. So all of my friends are really going to always probably be 20 years older than me, 10 years, 15 years older than me. Those are my type of friends, unfortunately. I'm an old soul. So, yeah. But anyway, I have a scripture I want to go to, and I want to talk about this obesity thing. 1 Timothy 4:8 is what I'm going to go to. But I also want to bring in something from Candace Owens. I don't have many videos today because I want to get a few call-ins before it gets too late. Let me see. Do I have them here? Let me see. Because we used to be able to just speak the truth without people getting offended. Now, this new nation is, oh, you better not say that. You better not say that about the Rainbow Gang. You better not say this about people who may be overweight. Listen, did Christ not come to heal the sick? Those who are already in shape, those who are already doing it, they already know what to do. But if somebody don't tell you that you got a booger in your nose, somebody don't tell you when you eat and you got something on your lip, somebody don't tell you, whatever the case, you got something on your teeth, that's not right. They're going to walk somewhere else. They probably going for an interview. And you're like, how you doing? I ain't seen you in a long time. This person's going for an interview. You didn't tell them these things. Like, hey, I just want to tell you, man, you got a little something in your nose. And you can say it in a positive way. You got a little something. It all happens to us all. These people these days rather allow you to fall flat on your face. And that could have been a moment that it could have been a deciding factor of you getting a job. To help have finances for your family. Some people, they don't want to offend because they don't want that person to feel bad. But unfortunately, it's a way to do it. But if you're a real person, a real friend, if you love your neighbors, you love yourself, like Christ said, it's okay. We are human. We all go to the bathroom. We all have an exhaust. The Most High gave us to go to the restroom. We all have accidents. We eat. Listen, it's normal. You got people living with filters today. People who's just focus on things that don't actually matter. Okay, and you know, when some people see me in the gym with my wife, obviously you got these women who are going to the gym who are unhappy. The gym is now a club for men and women, and they are more attracted to a man who has a woman than a man who don't have one. It's weird. It's the weirdest thing because they really want happiness. You got women with the perfect bodies in the gym. Boom, bada, bang, bing. But for some reason, they are still unmarried. And it's so scary, like I've been saying. Lots of our sisters are not married. And if they're in a relationship, they still have a boyfriend. This is childish to have a boyfriend at 50 years old. I'm sorry. A boyfriend is a person you fornicate with to keep your time going. Anything that's not founded on Christ will always crumble. I want you to understand that principle. It will last for a little bit if it has some principles of Christ in there. That's what's holding it on. But if it's not founded on Christ, or if it does not if you don't, because you can fix a foundation on the house. You can come and get that thing right. If you don't come and try to fix that thing, get it right how it's supposed to be. If it was on sand and put it on concrete or stone or rock, it will eventually fall. And now you're looking at someone else's relationship. You understand and how they're happy. They look at it like his wife don't got lashes. She's wearing her natural hair. She don't got, all this makeup on. No. I like what the Most High made, and I think my God is already perfect. I don't mean she don't fix herself up, of course. I ain't gonna get with nobody that, you know what I'm talking about. So, but what I'm saying is they, some sisters, they get tired. We seen a workout sister. My wife showed me a sister. She said, listen, I thought I was happy with putting on all of these things, but she said, I start working out, getting myself in shape. I was thick, and I had on, all this makeup and all this extra hair I got to keep putting on. But she just start working out, getting her body right, start growing her natural hair, and she just is way better now. Feels way better that she can go out and a man accept her for that, because men be really looking at who's real out here. Because I don't know if you're a tranny or you're not a tranny, because trannies done got cold with the makeup game. No offense. I don't see no difference of the technology they coming out now. And I'm not out there looking. But if a man's just taking a quick look, he can't tell the difference. So me and my wife talking about with our sons, we like, hold up. Gotta be careful with this hair in the face swinging and hanging, because we don't know who's rainbow gang or not no more. You got the swole guys. You got you got guys up in there just looking a little tweedly deedly going on. And I'm like, listen, nah, I know my son can have some nice. I said, nah, I can't. You got that ponytail like Pops, the Prince ponytail. We have to have a distinction. I don't need you walking around two pretty boys around here. We the Lions of Judah. See? Straight up maneuvering like cougars. So we don't need no we need distinctions. So I said that to say, while I digress, but when you're in this gym, it then turned into a whole club. People are going into there for vanity. So I'm not talking about that you should work out to be like an Instagram model or the modern day video vixen. You got Twitter models, Instagram models, OnlyFans. I'm not telling you should do that, even as a man. I'm not telling you to become worldly. Work out for your, longevity of your temple. You must maintenance your temple. You understand, and it comes with a lot of other benefits we're going to talk about, okay? So, let us first go to, let me see if I want to go, may want to go to this video first. Because I do want to get some call-ins tonight, I really do. So I'm I know I can be, a little long-winded when I go in. So 1 second here. Fair use for educational purposes only. This is not to offend. This is just the truth, because only the truth, Christ said, is going to set us free. The truth shall set you free. Nothing else. Why would we as so-called followers of Christ want to embarrass, want to belittle? The Bible says don't do that. But the truth is, we put it out there, and to those who have ears, let them hear. I know someone's not going to change overnight. That I would be a fool to think such a thing. But if I can get them on the road rolling, and that they don't stop until they eventually get there, that's eventually what we're all trying to do. We just stay in the fight and we're trying to get there. And I'm seeing some people out there, hey, eating better, working out, all that. But it's not an overnight thing. But can you get there a little quicker? If you have more discipline, and like the Bible says, add this to this, add that to that, add patience to this, add virtue. If you add discipline and then add more discipline, a little bit more reps, a little bit, and you inch it, transition it, guess what? You're going to be okay. It'll work out a little bit faster for you. But I wouldn't go out there jumping to these operations just yet. I wouldn't. Be patient, guys. Work for it, okay? Fair use for educational purposes and religious purposes only.
Also being sprung up, and it's kind of taken over people's minds. And I just want to know what your opinion is on it, and if you think that it's damaging the mental health among the people that.
Of course, it's back to the death cult philosophy, right? They're celebrating obesity. Obesity is and always has been the #1 killer in America, okay? It's the #1 killer in modern times, obesity.
Why are they celebrating obesity? You know why? Because if you even watch the movie Branded, and I cannot find this movie, it's overseas. They were going into the restaurants like McDonald's and KFC. Every time they came out with clowns all over them. See, I may have to show you on here, but it would not let me watch it. I had to. It's like you have to have some type of I forget what IP hide address just to watch this movie. But Branded, they would go in and they would see clowns. Every time they ate some of this fast food, demons. These clowns represent demons, which is they would have more and more and more and more. And on the top of the restaurant, they had a big giant clown showing you come in here, you getting these demons up in you, get these parasites up in you. See, they're celebrating the gluttony spirit, but you see the Gentiles, they eat healthier than us, a lot of them. And when I say healthy, I'm not saying they don't eat a bunch of trash too. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying a lot of them eat a little bit healthier. You'll see them on the YouTube videos making the herbs, cooking with the herbs, cooking outside with their families, eating things from the earth. Not that they don't have obesity. That's not what I'm saying. But they definitely promote it to the children of Israel. They definitely want to promote it to us. They want to do anything that's going to keep us down, stressed out, low self-esteem, so demons can reside in our bodies. Am I saying that every person who was obese, who came into the truth, that they have demons? That's not what I'm saying. The Most High have forgiven you for your sins. But now, what are you going to do to continue to better your life, knowing that gluttony was a sin, a grave sin in the past? See? It's no need to feel bad. If you real, and you accept like, hey, I can get better too. Your sin may have been gluttony. Another person's sin may have been fornication. Another person's sin have been thievery. That's all of those things are gluttony. Another person, there's greed in all of these places, guys. So we all have to find discipline in all of these areas. And guess what? Working out is one of the. It takes you to get up in the morning to go work out. It takes you to come home after work to find a little time to work out. I don't care if you got 1 minute to 5 minutes. See? I don't have any time, Elder. Listen, how did I have time when I was working at the car wash? There's cars coming through all day. When there's not a car coming through, let me try to get 20 push-ups. Let me try to get 10. Let me try to get 15. And if I'm working 8 hours a day, I done did a whole workout talking about I don't have time. And it actually gave me more energy. You got time. You can get on that wall and hit some push-ups right now. Let me tell you. You can work out anywhere. Listen, I got a desk right here. Listen, I will get some triceps right here. See? And you bring you a band to work. You can take you a band, and now you got resistance. Whoa, check that out. You don't have money to have a gym membership? You got resistance. Bands.
It leads to heart disease, and heart disease is the #1 killer, right? So it's incredible that you can now look at the cover of Cosmopolitan magazine, and they'll have a clinically obese person, and they will say, that fat is healthy. That is a lie. It is an unbelievable lie, which is why we call it satanic, because Satan is the author of lies and deceptions. And what they're trying to train people to do is to take pride in killing themselves, literally killing themselves.
Let me tell you, this is like a modern day Esther right here. She probably don't know it all yet, but let me tell you right now, this sister's brave, and I think the Most High is working with her. Yeah, they could be trying to use her, and like they use some of these celebrities in the back, but let me tell you, some of these celebrities end up breaking their programming, realizing like, hold up, I know what they doing, but I'm finna transition and make a move they don't think I'm finna make. See?
I talk about Lizzo on my show the entire time. Do you want to know why I talk about Lizzo? Not only because she's fat, it's because she's also incredibly talented, okay? Why would people who are fans of Lizzo want to encourage her to kill herself?
Body positive.
See? And listen, you know what I love about my sister? That she can speak the truth, but still be respectful. She's like, listen, I'm not going to act like Lizzo's skinny. I'm not. But I'm also not going to disrespect her either. And these people they are doing more disrespecting by telling her she's okay and making plus size models and all of that. No. A man should not have to be able to lift 225 pounds to be your Superman. No. And once again, whether you are a man or woman, if you are overweight, I'm not talking about you. I am telling you that we all had to come back from some type of sin, some type of mistake, something to get better from. All of us. Just what it is. There's no need to cry about it. Listen, hey, we just going out fighting with this thing. That's all I'm saying. I can't be the one to make excuses for people because that's just not real. It's just not real. I'm not gonna sit here and be disgusted because I'm in front of someone who made a mistake or someone who may not be up to par, because none of us were like that when we came to the truth. We all had issues. I was trying to make money. That was my situation. Make money and, be with women. That's just what it is, because we didn't know what else. Men, for some reason, you're making money. Obviously, you're going to need a confidant. So, I mean, we all had our issues, man. So let me go to 1 Timothy 4:8, because some people try to use this the wrong way. Some people try to use this the wrong way. We shouldn't be exercising. Who told you that? What scripture is that? What person does not manage their temple? Clean the inside and the outside. Who don't pressure wash they building? When that thing start getting, rust or algae on it from the AC leaking, or, just dust or sand coming from the beach. Right? So I am a person who can speak on this because this is a life I've been living for a long time, pretty much most of my whole life. I've been working out since 8 to 10 years old. Okay? Yeah, uneducated and now educated. All right, and I'm not one of the guys who has a degree in it or a certification. Yeah, can I go easily get a certification? Yeah, some of my family members have the certification. I felt the need not to do it because sometimes what I've learned is a lot of Abercrombie and Fitch type of guys walk up in there, weighing, and no offense to them, because that's what they might choose the size to be. But there'll be one. I mean, they don't weigh a lot, and they don't look like, my main thing is, I'm going to say it like this. They don't look like what they're telling you should be doing. So it's like, listen, I've never been the paper guy or by the book guy when it comes to working out, because God he created a lot of things that people have not tapped into yet. That some of us people who works out with the people from the book and the people from prison and people who just playing around, we put all that together and it's like, oh, yeah, I didn't know we can do it like this. Then you have these experts saying you need to do like this, and all these years of telling you to, for example, get on the bench press, and then people, all of the power lifters, and why am I saying power lifters and not bodybuilders? Because power lifters are some of the most strongest people in the world. They eat a lot of calories and they lift a lot of weight. But even they would tell you, and Iraq sent me this not too long ago. One of the best deadlifters in the world will tell you, do not deadlift. But all on social media, all of these clowns are doing deadlifts and telling people they should deadlift. And that's one of the most famous workouts in the gym where people are getting injured. Because I got injured from it on a small amount of weight just because my body was tired. The body does not really like that position, especially when it's under stress or tired for too long. One of the best deadlifters in the world will tell you, I would never deadlift. If you're not in competition, it's a waste of time. You don't actually even have to do it. See? So you guys got to take a little wisdom as we go forth here. I'm not one of these guys who's a novice. Okay? Verse 8. And why did I say that? Because some people are going to say, hey, who makes him this and who makes him that? Listen, I done did it all. Okay? For bodily exercise profited little, but godliness is profitable unto all things. Having promise of that life that now is, and of that which is to come. But let me ask you guys a question. Does this scripture say that you shouldn't exercise at all? Or is it telling you to look down on exercise? Please tell me that, because I'm going to go through a bunch of scriptures to show you that couldn't be further from the truth. It's telling carnal people, like today, lovers of themselves, that, hey, I know you exercise, getting your big backside, your big booty, whatever you want to call it, what they call it today. But guess what? If that's all your focus on is the outside and the carnality of the flesh, what's it all for? Listen, godliness is more profitable unto all things, because the Holy Spirit is going to be within you to do all things, having the promise of the life to come, meaning you can get in the kingdom and have an everlasting body. See? So that's more important than any fleshly thing. But that doesn't mean that exercise is not important at all. How can one maintain his temple? Would you just go in a house that's just collecting dust? Any house or temple that you've went to, church building, and you've left it for a year, what happens when you come back? It's dusty, it's dirty, it's going to be spider webs, roaches and rats and bugs and arthropods all over the place coming out the cracks of it. The outside is going to be looking a bit dusty. Some things probably have cracked. It's probably going to have a little mildew because air is not running through it. Imagine your body like that. Not freshly having blood flow pumping through it. Why you think you have aches and pains? You're not even drinking water. The life is the blood and the water. You drinking soda. Huh? Yeah, listen. Well, some people try to be like some monks. Huh? Like they the sons of Zadokite chilling, as vegans in a cave somewhere. Listen, we're in a time of war. All of the nations are training. They're sending over men in the age of war. All of the countries, even Israel right now, is talking about the Orthodox Jews need to get prepared to go to a draft. The guys with the little tweedly dees on the side, trying to have their little dreads on the side. The last thing we need to be doing is saying, man, Most High gonna protect me. Of course he is. But he's also gonna protect you according to your works. What are you doing to protect yourself too? Huh? Riding bikes is it's a start. And there's nothing wrong with it, but I'm going to tell you right now, you're going to have to do a little bit more than ride a bike. It's a great start, and it's something to do. I mean, it's nothing wrong with it, but I know some people choose swimming and riding bikes, and there's nothing wrong with those things. But eventually, you're going to have to touch some weight. You're going to have to jump. You're going to have to get off those feet eventually. Our people were walking in the wilderness, walking out of Egypt, miles upon miles upon miles. So slowly just transition yourself. But anyway, let's go to Proverbs 23:2, talking about the diet. See if I can get through these scriptures pretty quickly so we can open up these calls to see why you're not working out. And it's okay, because hey, sometimes even the people who do work out, you may get injured. Something may happen to you. You may fall off a little bit. Something happen in your life. But it's time for you too to get back on it. I had my wife as a helpmeet. I've always been working out, even when I came back from the hailstorm. But she's like, nah, you need to get back in the gym and motivate these people, because guess what? They look to you for this motivation. So I've been working out, but my strength had went down, and my leanness had went down a little bit, because I have a lot of work to do on my land to get my house back in order after the hailstorm and the tornado. But already 2-3 weeks back in of just doing a higher volume and movement that I've been doing, let me tell you, the Most High is good. The Most High is good. He got me like Samson in the gym. That's all I'm going to say. He got me like Samson. So if you've been following my Instagram, you already know where I was, and you starting to see probably. And let me tell you, the next few weeks, boy, I'm going to have 4 wheels on that bench again. So it's looking pretty good. But all praises to the Most High, because strength comes from heaven. So let's get it. Proverbs 23:2. Here we go. For educational purposes and religious purposes, we're reading this from Bible.com. Is this? Yeah. 23:2. And let's just start at 1. When thou sittest to eat with a ruler, consider diligently what is before thee, and put a knife to thy throat, if thou be a man given to appetite. Right? Now, let's jump to, because I'm going to tell you why I'm talking about that. Be not among winebibbers, among rioters, eaters of flesh, like the people on Game of Thrones. More wine! This is the Roman mentality. They just keep drinking more wine until later on at the end of the night, somebody can rob them. Somebody can rob them, rape them, do whatever they want to do to them. Ravish them. This is what we can't be. And it's not sober-minded. It's not being circumspect, guys. Yeah, food is good, especially if you can cook. Good Lord, we can cook in the South. My mama made me some peach cobbler there, but I tell you right now, that lady gonna be known for cooking. When it come to season, she will not overlook it. I got it in my blood, so my babies got it in their blood too. Let me tell you right now, they thick down here, but I had to tell my mama, say, listen, mama, let me show you this lady. She doing that plank, cause my mama, I got this mind from my mama. She like, oh yeah. She like, I'm glad you showed me that video, son. Got my mama back up in there, and then, son, I'm losing more pounds. She like, I've been hitting my squats every day. I've been doing my plank. I've been doing my abs. I've been doing my jumping jacks. I say, mama, hold up. Don't go too hard. Mama trying to catch up with the lady. Mama's crazy. But I said that to say, we even have to motivate our parents and our family members sometimes for health purposes. We don't want our people going into, another reason I'm telling you guys about exercise. I saw this Edomite brother on Instagram. Listen, this brother went into the hospital from a car accident. He said, they put something in his arm, shoved something down his throat, put a catheter in him, put him on an IV. He like, hold up. He pulled all of this stuff out. He's like, what y'all got me on? What y'all gave me? They told this brother he had COVID. He like, I got Novid. You talking about I got COVID? I got Novid. See? Let me stop messing with y'all. But this brother didn't have anything. And he said they were looking around like, what were they going to say or what they going to do? So he's trying to get himself out there. I wish we could get the brother on our platform, but I don't know how old the video is. But let me tell you, I'm trying to keep you guys out of these places, these death camps that they have now. You don't go unless you have to go. And when you go, you better pray to the Most High. You better have a power of attorney. And you need to have somebody with you who say, no, why are you putting this in them? Nope, I need to see what's in that. Everything. And you need to watch. Every time my babies was born, I had to watch when they're in the hospital. And I signed a form when I was in Africa. And I said, listen, I don't want any, situations, shots in my baby. We get upstairs. If I wasn't in the room, it's like, you didn't communicate this with the nurses? As soon as the baby come out, they take her over there getting ready to jab her. I said, I'm like, give me this. I said no. And they were not going to even let me upstairs when they promised that, because in Egypt they do things a little different, that you know, men are really not supposed to be up there in the hospital with a mom having a baby. I'm like, I have to be up there. Period. Let me tell you, when they had her sitting down there for so long, let me tell you, you don't know. The Samson and the Judah must have came out of me. I was in that elevator. I hit that elevator. Boom! Let me tell you, boy, them Egyptians, they remember my name. I done choked about 50 of them. Malak done clapped their hands like Judah. Listen, we had our stuff, our Book of Jasher moments. I'm gonna tell you right now. I hit that elevator, the whole hospital heard me. They said, let him go up there. It come a time where we missing men like this now. And I'm not trying to shoot my home, but we missing some men who just going to stand and put their life on the line. You ain't sticking my child up. Period. It's going to be like Samson up in here. Everybody got to go. If you do something I told you not to do on paper, everybody going to have to go. Straight up. Straight up. May this whole hospital fall. I might go with you, but it's okay. Straight up. Got to save our babies, man. People don't. The greatest love is a person who put their life on the line for their brothers. If you can't do it for your children, if you can't do it for yourself, a lot of you wouldn't do it for yourself because you don't have discipline. So today I'm trying to give you discipline. I'm trying to get you from these people, from your obesity, where you're going to have all these things like diabetes, high blood pressure, low blood pressure. I mean, whatever. Gut problems. I'm trying to keep you from these people having to deal with you. When you got something running, you're less likely to have to go into these places. That's all I'm saying. I'm just trying to help save lives. You don't have to do what I'm saying. Listen, I'm just a messenger. I'm going to work out. I'm going to do what I need to do. And guess what? My wife had to tell me, hey, go on back up in the gym. Let's get back up. And I didn't want to go up in there because I know all the women going to want me. But I said, listen, it's okay. I'm like, baby, you know they're going to be looking at me. Now I'm just joking. Obviously, they're going to look at both of us. I'm just messing around, man. But I didn't really want to go in that environment because people were just worldly competing. I just stay quiet and act like nobody in around. But it's kind of hard to not see me because I'm lifting so much weight up in there. I'm hitting 50 reps, 100 reps. He got 3 plates on the machine. Oh, Lord. We got to kick him out of here. My God just loved me. I mean, he just loved me. When you discipline, he's just going to keep opening more doors for you in anything you do. So I'm just giving you how the Most High works. Let's continue, though. Right? Let's continue about this diet here. Don't be among riotous eaters. I'm going to tell you, sometimes I know some of the Hispanic women, they be giving you too much food. And Issachar they go hard in the paint when they working. But I don't want to have a beer belly. And it's because when you get a certain age and metabolism slow down, it's harder to keep them abs down. I don't want it. They be like, no, Bobby, eat more. No, this is not enough. That's all you're going to eat. No, I'm going to be offended. No, they trying to pile you a whole pan. I'm good. I am full. My stomach, look like the doctor say, the stomach is the size of the fist. You see my fist? You done gave me 30 fists. And your food is very good, but I don't want to be, when you start to get full, you start sitting low and get sleepy. Yeah, I think it's about time to go home. I'm about ready to hit that bed. So as you get older, you're like, I used to eat like that when I was young. My metabolism was high, but I don't really like that feeling anymore before going to bed. So I'm going to choose my stuff wisely. Sometimes I even only drink on the weekends because when you're working out, alcohol will take away from your strength, believe it or not. It'll make you cut because it'll dry you out like a grape. But sometimes, personally, when you have goals, it kind of stops my goals in the gym. So I said on the weekends, it's not like cheat days. It's just I eat a lot of carbs on the weekdays, but in the weekdays, I'm very strict, high protein, just salad, and you understand, and high complex carbs like the fresh milled bread that we got coming for you guys, right? Just the right carbs. And the fats, a lot of fats, a lot of olive oil. Make sure that olive oil has one country on it. The olive oils, the butter. Who told you guys butter wasn't good? They lied all the way to you. If you see the carnivore diet, I've been sending this carnivore diet to a lot of people, and I'm going to be honest with you. I'll just say this. Look into it with the topic of autism. Just going to say it like that. The carnivore diet, I'm not telling you guys to take it extreme, but look into it, because the fats and the protein from the steak, definitely, look into it for the topic of autism. Look into it. People have been seeing amazing results. You talking about kids, all I'm going to say is talking, the hyperness going down. I'm just telling you. And they listen, I can show you things that show higher autism from the doctors and veganism. Yeah, proven. I'm not against any diet, but I'm telling you the facts. We're not getting enough protein. Okay, I know everybody's trying to be a monk and be extra holy, but let me tell you, Levites was eating meat every day. Levites was eating meat every day, a lot of it. So they had the fats from the dairy to help the gut to digest it. Cottage cheese, even though black people don't really like cottage cheese like that, but they had yogurt, cottage cheese, you got kefir, all of these healthy things that comes from this cow. The fats help you when it comes to your brain. So, hey, listen, we talking about a little health today. Fat helps you to burn fat because the body now will not hold on to fat because you're giving it fat. This is a fact. Cholesterol is a good thing for your brain, people. The seed oils are not good. I know, yeah, I ain't saying grape seed oil, cotton seed. Nope. You need the beef lard, what they call tallow. Go to the store and say, can I get some of that fat and I can render my own tallow for cheap? See? Major health benefits. Tallow. Tallow. I went to the butcher not too long ago, and it does not have to be grass-fed. If you cannot afford grass-fed, you will still be way better off. I promise you that. I'm not telling you you're going to get some steroid cows, but it does not have to be grass-fed. Because I'm looking at the people in the carnivore diet, they couldn't afford the grass-fed, and they still doing health-wise way better than most of society. Now, it's too extreme for me to only just eat meat personally. I got to eat the fats. I love salad. I got to eat, I'm going to eat all God's diet. But I'm telling you, it's a lot of benefits, especially when people are dealing with certain things. Just leave it like that. For me, it's going to be coconut oil, virgin coconut oil. Right? I can fry with the refined, but I still just usually just get the virgin. I get the extra virgin olive oil. No soya bean, no vegetable garbage. Huh? Yeah. Butter, G butter, tallow. That's mostly what we're going to use in this house here. That's what we use. We're not using this African stuff talking about palm kernel. We ain't using that garbage. No. Okay? So, don't be among wine bibbers, because when it comes to exercise, it can do something to your nerves. If you overdrink when you exercise, guys, I know it from years of experience. Your nerves will become so sensitive because it's dehydrating you. If you over caffeinate with coffee, because there's been a lot of recalls on coffee. I used to take instant coffee for when I used to watch Cali Muscle, pre-workout every day with Coca-Cola. I don't drink Coca-Cola anymore or coffee, because both of those things, one, you already know the information about Coca-Cola. The coffee, though, has a lot of different types of mold in it. Go do your own research. You can do what you want to do, but I'm going to tell you a secret. My wife didn't know for years that why her stomach wasn't going down. I said, hey, I've been doing some research on this coffee. How about you stop drinking this coffee? Her stomach went flat. Just from that. So if you don't know if that's your issue and you're drinking coffee, you might want to try it out, because there's some other things when they over process a lot of these things that are naturally good in nature that messes us up. See? Yes, indeed. So, gluttony is what we were talking about when we went there. Sirach 37 and 28. Let's go there. Sirach 37 and 28. We're going to open up these calls in a second. I'm going to give it to you tonight. I want you to be your best. I want you to be at your best and not your less. Huh? Yes, indeed. I don't want the Revised Standard. I need the KJV. KJV. There we go. So can we go there? Oh, no, not there. 1 second, guys. I'm getting this for you. Don't worry. I got you covered. Sirach, what did I say? 37 and what? I said 37 and 28. Why do they keep giving me this one? No, I want the King James. Come on now. Excuse me, guys. Give me one moment. I'm trying to get this King James popping out. You know what? I'll just pick another one. I can't do it. There we go. View chapter. Now we're in the game. We are in the game. So, Sirach 37 and 28. I love to tell people this because a lot of people try to force people to do what they want them to do. I don't want you to be like me. It's only one me. You can't be like me. I'm going to be the best me. I can't be better than you. You can't be better than me. So I don't get into these arguments about what people should do. I follow the Bible and I give you what the Bible tells us we all should do. I follow Christ and I try to be the best version of me. You should try to be the best version of you. If you don't, listen, it's 1,000 ways to do different things. You choose your way and we all get there the same way. Tricep movement. You can do this tricep movement and get triceps. The one over the head and get that. You can do a lot. Okay? You can do a lot of different things. One person want to cut the cake this way. Another person want to cut it that way. So let's talk about what the Bible says about Ecclesiastes 37 and 28. Okay? For all things are not profitable for all men. Neither had every soul pleasure in everything. Huh? Yeah. Yeah, Bianca, about the coffee. Listen, I just found out about that a few months ago. And, you know, I loved coffee for many years. I was a young child growing up drinking Folgers coffee with my grandpa. I was a little kid. Grandpa gonna wake up at 5 a.m. with a cup of coffee. And I can tell Grandpa this stuff going on with this coffee, but Grandpa gonna drink him some coffee. That's just what it is. But I'm telling you, I would personally look up the news that just came out. You talking about hundreds of recalls on coffee. And this is after I found out the information about the mold. So you might just want to check with your gut. And a lot of you, hey, I am not here to be the bearer of bad news. But Starbucks since 2020 have been genetically modified on mostly everything in Starbucks. If you got the faith that it ain't gonna harm you, do what you gotta do. I'm not finna mess up your day with your Starbucks coffee cup. I'm not here to do that. I end up finding a better way to make it feel like coffee. I think my wife makes me some dandelion. She roasts the dandelion root with the burdock root. She roasts them. And I smell that thing. I'm like, what's that good smell? She roasted the dandelion root. She put a little cocoa in there. She make that thing taste like coffee. But these are anti-cancerous type of things that's in my drink every day. Ashwagandha, burdock root, dandelion root, little cocoa. See what I'm talking about? And she put that little ice cream on top of that for the fat. And that thing looked just like a Starbucks because it got that froth on the top. Let me tell you right now. Woo! Got the moringa in there. Listen, that I drink that every day. It ain't nothing like a woman. It ain't nothing like a woman who love you though. It ain't nothing like a woman who love you. A lot of women can play a role, but it ain't nothing like a woman who really love you. So, anyway, For all things are not profitable for all men. Neither had every soul pleasure in everything. Be not unsatiable, meaning unsatisfied with any dainty thing, nor too greedy upon meats. I'm going to teach you about the flour when it comes to this, because I'm going to show some research from a great, person with this flour like Sue Becker. She showed a little research on how the transition of white flour, on how the old Egyptians and ancient people, they used to like this white flour eventually because it was more light, but it had no nutrition in it. So when you go to the king's table, you may not always get a nutritious food just because it looked good and it tastes good. See? Yeah, just because it looks good and it tastes good don't mean it's always going to be good. So we're going to bring that research out with the bread too. So the king's table can look nice and good, but why are so many rich people so unhealthy? They have all the money in the world, but a lot of them are unhealthy. That does not even make sense. They have gotten used to just going to these restaurants, not knowing a lot of this food is not even real food. They're not asking any questions. See? Some of them are smart to know where to go, but not all of them. You see a lot of unhealthy rich people. Money does not make you healthy, guys. How are you going to spend it if you unhealthy and sick? Huh? For excess of meats, verse 30, bringeth sickness. And surfeiting will turn into choler. So when you are overeating, no discipline, especially if you don't work out. Oh my goodness. When you work out, your body will demand you to eat. But you still need to listen to your body of how much you need to eat. I've done the bulky, swole thing and all that, and eating when you feel full and you can't breathe. It ain't for me. I'm sorry. It ain't for me. I don't care what an Instagram man model is doing or woman. It's not for me. Because a lot of these guys are bodybuilding, but like the Bible said in 1 Timothy 4:8, if you're only just having a good body that you can't do anything with, you can't save a life, what's the purpose of walking around just looking good all day? You can't fight. You can't climb. You just got a body, and you're just a corny dude, and women going to see past that after a while. Like, dude, you got a good body, but you're pretty corny. You're pretty, you don't have a personality. You just got a good body. You dress nice and you got a little money, but it's more to life than just that. So that's where a woman will go get somebody who probably don't have a good body because you didn't made it corny. Now she's like, I don't like men with good bodies. She's lying, but she's just really trying to find that balance. See? So you can't be worldly with it. Because sometimes to have a perfect body, guys is eating 8 to 10 meals a day. I'm not in the business of professionally eating all day, because you have a perfect looking body, but you really have demons in you, you're a total glutton. So it comes a balance with this exercise thing as well. What Paul was trying to talk about. In Timothy. See, it comes a balance with it. All right. Yeah. Some of us can be 230 pounds just eating all these calories with protein, but if you don't need that much just to operate, listen, I've already proven, and many people out there, that you can be crazy strong and not have to be that huge, just like an ant. You don't have to be 250 to be that strong. I lift what 250 guys lift, and a lot of times I'm stronger than most of them. That's just the reality of it. And I'm not saying it to brag, but when I'm in the gym, I see some people struggling with a 45 on each side, and that's not to down them, but they're huge and they can't lift nothing. So another thing, when it comes to bodybuilding, that does not have really nothing to do with strength. Strength and bodybuilding, two different things. You can gain strength by bodybuilding, but there's a superior strength that some people train for. So I want you guys to understand this difference when you're working out. You do not have to use heavy weight to get in shape, people. You can use bands, you can do body weight, and you can still have a very nice body. I'm just telling you the truth. Maybe it's not going to be as 3D as a person who uses weight, but that don't mean nothing because you're still looking good. It's about what you choose. If you needed a little bit more 3D, unfortunately, you have to add or leave a little bit more reps, or a little bit more resistance or intensity. That's just how it works. Okay? You're not going to get the 3D look a lot of times without the weights. I'm going to be honest with you. You can still look nice, but the 3D look with weights are superior. That's just, some women they like, what's this new thing they call out there? I want to be snatched. I wouldn't go around telling anybody I want to be snatched, because you speaking that into the atmosphere. Let me tell you right now, you might get snatched. All you need to say is, I would like to get in shape and have the girdle that the Most High blessed the sisters with. Meaning a small waist, a little bigger thighs, and if you train right, wide, with the pull downs or the pull ups, guess what? You get you what they call the Coke bottle shape. Let's be honest, we all adults. A man love that Coke bottle shape if he could get it. And a woman, she might be jealous or hating on another woman because she don't have it. I'm sorry, but if a woman worked for it, that's a good thing. If a man worked for it, that's a good thing. You can't hate on them because they got it. There's superior bodies in the scriptures. The Bible talked about get fit men with like superior bodies to go and fight this war. Literally, it says that in the scriptures. So the Most High didn't just pay attention only to the inside. He paid attention to also people who had different bodies, like fit men. It's all in the Bible. So you can't get these people who are all about just the inside only. No, it's both. It's balance. Don't forget, Sarah was not only beautiful, only on the inside. People had to see her to call her beautiful. Duh. Obviously, you want the inside to be more beautiful than the outside. It's all about the fine balance in righteousness, morality, holiness, Deuteronomy 7:6, people. Okay? You're going to have colon problems or gut problems if you overeat, guys. If you eat, like sometimes I may take my fats early in the morning, like my coconut oil, my olive oil, and then I train like too soon, then I feel tired because your body is trying to digest, and I probably should have took it an hour before. Your body's going to send signals to take energy from you in your workout because you didn't eat early enough or you ate too late. It's just a lot of different things you have to pay attention to your body. Okay? Because if you overeat, you're going to have colon and gut problems. If you're eating things like carrageenan and meat, this carrageenan thing, I stopped getting smoothies at the restaurants now. I stopped doing it like a year or two ago because I'm finding out in the whipped cream, they got carrageenan in this whipped cream. And I was like, hold up, something don't feel right. It feels like needles are stinging me or something. I'm like, hold up. Every time I'm eating this carrageenan. So I stopped eating this stuff. So when I go and if I ever got a smoothie, I'm like, what's that ice cream made out of? Is it Haagen-Dazs or is it something that's clean? Because if not, I ain't dealing with it. All right? Because you get home later and you start to feel it. I mean, I feel it because we only eat bread from home. We make our hamburger buns from home, hot dog buns, fresh milk flour. I can eat even some more so-called organic bread from a restaurant, a burger, and then I get full fast because it's really not the right bread. Excuse me, I don't get full fast. I get like, I can't finish the protein because the carbs are sending signals to my body that my insulin is going to spike too high. Is what I'm saying. Okay? Verse 31, by surfeiting have many perished. But he that taketh heed prolongeth his life. So a person that has a disciplined diet, guys, disciplined with their diet, they're going to always be more healthy, be able to breathe, be better off. They're going to live longer. The gut, if you have a healthy gut, it prolongs life. All of us can do better when it comes to our gut. I'm going to say it again, pointing to you. All of us. All of us. Teach these children, hey, listen, I woke up in there the other day. We got some cucumbers from the garden, whatever. They said, listen, my 10-year-old and made a little brine and she up in there, pickling stuff. I'm like, man, because I tell them, you get on YouTube, you're going to have to get on there for something that's good, that's holy. Learn how to cook something because you're a woman. Master the kitchen. Master the kitchen because you're a woman. If you can't master the kitchen, you can't get married. Man ain't gonna want a woman who can't master the kitchen. She can be pretty as all out. Listen, If all you can cook is hamburger, help a baby, then I'm sorry. You need some work. I'm sorry. Okay? So she made a little pickles. I'm like, okay. You know, I mean, everything from scratch is always more healthier. That's what I want to say. And it makes you not become a glutton because of the way it digests. The Most High gave us high complex carbs because they digest a certain way, slower in the body. He told us to eat coarse salt because when it's too small and it's hitting your body too fast, there's issues that comes with these things, right? Let's go to Sirach 26 and 13 really quick. Let's talk about our good sisters. Sirach 26 and 13. Boop. Probably like, why are we going here, Elder? Let's see. The grace of a wife delighteth her husband, and her discretion will fatten his bones. What we just talking about, that kitchen? That finger-licking kitchen with the chicken? See, you have to understand something, that you're not getting fat from eating vegetables. There's nothing wrong with you doing that, but I'm saying it's talking about feeding that man with some of that gravy that he's going to be licking off his fingers where he going to need a napkin. This is what the Bible talking about. The sweet savor. There's no sweet savor from vegetables. When you walk in the field, you can smell the parsley. If water hits it, it has an aroma. But right now, we're talking about something a little different here for the Most High. And that little country, that country Judite man, that country Israelite man. See, the grace of a wife delighteth her husband, and her discretion will fatten his bones. See, one, she's discreet. Her husband can trust her. She get in that garden. She come back home. She know how to throw down and put that meat down. Like our forefather Jacob was cooking that meat with them lentils. She know how to get them beans and rice going. Huh? You got the Indian tribe woman. She go get the black beans or the pinto beans with the Spanish rice. Then you got the sisters. They gonna throw down the red beans and rice with the sausage. I'm gonna say sausage, not sausage, but sausage. That smoked sausage. Listen, and if you work out with this, you're gonna be swole. You're gonna be able to fit nice in your clothes. You're not gonna have the baggy shirts no more. You're gonna be. They gonna see the shoulders on you and the arms. Your wife fattening up your bones, feeding you good. Yeah, I've been hitting that gym. I've been working out. And listen, you like, babe, what you cooking up in there? Huh? Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. And a man got to work out, because if his wife cook like that, boy, it's hard to not have that stomach. You better stay in that gym. You know that woman can cook. You talking about, yeah, we're going to work out tonight. Oh, no, you got this time to hit that gym. You can't just work out at night. Lord have mercy. Okay. So we're going to go to 1 Corinthians 6 and 9 through 20 really quick. Yeah, I know y'all cracking up, but let me see here. Let me see here. Let me see. 1 Corinthians, what did I say? 1 Corinthians 6 and 9. Alrighty. Did I get it? Is that what I wanted? Shoot. 1 second, guys. All right. I think this is what I wanted. Know ye not. 1 Corinthians 6 and 9. Know ye not that the unrighteous shall not inherit the kingdom of God? Be not deceived, neither fornicators, nor idolaters, nor adulterers, nor effeminate, nor abusers of themselves with mankind, nor thieves, nor covetous, nor drunkards, nor revilers, nor extortioners shall enter into the kingdom of God. Is that what I wanted? I don't think this. Oh, yeah, there we go. All things are lawful for me, but all things are not expedient. All things are lawful for me, but I would not be brought up under the power of any. meats for the belly for meats. But God shall destroy both and them. Now the body is not for fornication, but for the Lord, and the Lord for the body. So all things have to be done in decency and order, with balance. And God had both raised up the Lord, and will also raise us up by his own power. Know ye not that your bodies are the members of Christ? Shall then I take the members of Christ and make them members with an harlot? God forbid. So should the Most High take something that these people in our captivity have recreated as a new image of the Most High? Of course not. We shall be the image of the Most High. Not some new obese image, not some new rainbow person image. No, we keep it in the image of the Most High. Even when you get into the kingdom, there will be no obese people in it. There will be people in their youthful bodies. Why do you think every time somebody's seen the angels, let me tell you, they get on their knees. They swole in shape, and then their face probably looks straight crucial. Okay? Shall I then take the members of Christ and make them members of an harlot? God forbid. What? Know you not that he which is joined to a harlot is one body? For two said he shall be one flesh, but he that is joined unto the Lord is one spirit. Flee fornication, every sin that a man doeth without the body, but he that committed fornication sinned against his own body. What? Know you not that your body is a temple of the Holy Spirit, which in you, which ye have the Most High, and which ye are not your own? For ye are bought with a price, therefore glorify the Most High in your body and your spirit, which are God's. In your body and in your spirit. Eat a healthy diet, exercise, take a shower, anoint yourself with oils, shea butter, Katie Naturals. See? Anoint yourself. We're not talking about, everybody thinks that the Bible is talking about anointing just on the head. That's for something else. That's for praying spirits out and demons. Okay? It also talks about when you read in the book of Ruth, when Naomi said, hey, go get right, anoint yourself. It wasn't just talking about anoint here. She talking about don't go over there ashy. It's two anointings. It's anointing for prayer, and it's anointing for putting on oils, creams, shea butters, natural things, so your body will not be ashy. And you have something that's like a cover, especially if you use something natural, it's antibacterial, and it gives you a coating from the dust of the air. So the wrong toxins are just not coming in your skin. So I had to correct people on that part, that it's not just talking about anoint your head. How you gonna be fresh and you got olive oil just dripping off of you the whole time? There's some time for that part. But sometimes the Bible is talking about when you fast, even in, I think what's that, when you fast this day, let it not be like the old days. Meaning to just mourn and say, woe is me. It's like, no, anoint yourself, brush your teeth. The old fast is the other way, but you got to go to work. You can't go to work with a stank breath. Anoint yourself, put some lotion on. Don't look ashy, because people are going to be looking at you like you pookie off of something. You know what I mean? Like you come straight from the ghetto with white lips. No, can't do that. You must not do things for worldly gain or to show off or to be like the Muslims and say, yes, I'm fasting. No. It said to anoint yourself, and guess what? Be strong. Go out there. Hey, maybe cook somebody a meal. You don't need to let everybody know you're fasting. So look fresh, look clean. We are not the old way of Israelites of putting dung on our head and ashes. That's what I'm trying to tell you guys. That's all. Okay? Where do I want to go here? Leviticus 16 and 21. I'm trying to speed through so I can go ahead and open up these calls. I'm almost done here. Leviticus 16 and 21. You got some people who say, oh, I'm naturally strong. Hey, I'm going to tell you right now. So if you're naturally strong, you better be doing something active, because you ain't going to be naturally strong forever. Okay? Yeah. Leviticus 16 and 21. And the only reason I'm saying that because if you don't keep yourself active, your skin don't stay smooth after a while. You lose the elasticity of your skin. If you're not taking in collagen and protein, I'm just telling you right now, that skin ain't gonna be. It's not going to be. It can look good for a long time. Is what I'm saying. Okay. And we'll talk about the skin for people who probably a little overweight. If people work out, and I'm gonna go to it, and they feel like, hey, well, my skin gonna be hanging, so that's not why I'm not working. That's not an excuse. You got all type of other operations out here. If you got yourself in shape and you feel like, hey, you need to get that just to fix yourself up, do what you got to do. Do what you got to do. Now, hopefully it ain't gonna kill you, but I would say start working out first. Tone it up and tighten it up as much as you can first. And if you got to do that, then do it. But, I wouldn't recommend doing anything without any research. And I'm talking about work out for a long time first, for a few years. Because you'll know if you need something like that or not. All right? We're not going to let anybody come on here and say, why you can't just love me the way I am? I'm happy the way I am. Listen, that's not the Bible. That means I should have came in here being a dope dealer. You can come in here as a glutton. You can come in here as a thief. It's all the same thing. It's just different sins. That means if she was a fornicator and we married now, she can keep fornicating, but she can still be my wife. No, what type of nonsense is that? You should love me the way I am. Are you kidding me? No, we should all fight to do better is what I'm saying. We love you. We love each other, but we all can do better. Even if you run a business, you do a job. You should be trying to do better at everything you do. Everything. You should not feel bad about the truth. People have men afraid to speak the truth these days. This is real. You have become no different than the rainbow LGBT people. You have become no different than the Jewish people who say, you can't say that. You can't say that. Listen. A godly man or woman should never say anything to make it personal, ever. But if it comes to helping the people with the truth, we have to speak the truth. It's nothing personal. That don't mean we don't love you. God saw love in all of us. When we was pimps, strippers, whoremongers, fornicators, gluttoners, robbers, thieves, policemen. Well, whatever you want to say. Okay. What Leviticus 16:21. Let's get it. And Aaron shall lay both his hands upon the head of the live goat and confess over him all the iniquities of the children of Israel and all their transgressions and all their sins, putting them upon the head of the goat, and shall send him away by the hand of a fit man into the wilderness. Once again, a fit man into the wilderness. Not no lazy man. A fit man was necessary. That's all I'm saying. Well, all the Israelites fit? Of course not. You're always going to have some poor. You're always going to have some lazy. You're always going to have some gluttonous. You're always going to have some drunkards. But Abraham was fit. He fought wars. Samuel was fit. He fought wars. Elijah. I can just name all the men in the Bible who we look up to. All fit to fight wars. Warriors. See? When I saw Elder Rawchaa teaching the gospel, he looked like a straight, I'm not gonna lie, he looked like a dude from the streets at first to me. He was speaking hard. I'm like, yeah, see, that's what I need. I need a man. I need a man who ain't afraid to speak the truth, and he's like a warrior, ready to rip your throat out. I couldn't listen to these pastors and dancing all day. Like, this is a total clown. And because I didn't grow up around clown men, how could I go to the church and see a clown preach me the gospel? I can't do that. So the men of the Most High who were the leaders were not clowns, goofy, simple as the day is old. Not that you don't have a sense of humor, but when it's time to do the gospel, it's serious. It's war. It's a double-edged sword to whoever wanted. See? Fit man, spiritually and physically. So we all can do better and get better. We were all in the curses. We were all trodden down. I'm just waking you back up. That's all I'm doing. Okay? Let's jump to Judges 6 and 7. You know this one, boy. Y'all know the 300. Gideon. I think Gideon was a Manassite, a Cuban. If I can remember. Judges 6 and 7. All right, let's just jump straight to it because I can't read the whole story. And it came to pass when the children of Israel cried unto the Lord because of the Midianites, that the Lord sent a prophet unto the children of Israel, said unto them, Thus saith the Lord God of Israel, I brought you up from Egypt and brought you forth out of the house of bondage. And I delivered you out of the hand of the Egyptians and out of the hand of all that oppressed you, and drave them out from before you, and gave you their land. I said unto you, I am the Lord your God. Fear not the gods of the Amorites, in whose land you dwell. But ye have not obeyed my voice. And there came an angel of the Lord and sat under the oak, which was an Ophrah, that pertained unto... Hold up, I need to go straight to it. One second. I can't read all of that. Give me 1 second, guys. One second, hold up. That's the wrong one. I need to get the ones with yeah. There we go. Next chapter. Verse 2. Let's go to Judges 7 and 2. And the Lord said unto Gideon, The people that are with you are too many for me to give the Midianites into their hands. So you know the Most High don't work. He don't need numbers, right? He don't need you to be the biggest. Now, obviously, you want to be disciplined and in shape, and you want to have heart, because he would always tell the men of war, if you were scared, to go back home. Okay, if you were scared, go back home, because you're going to mess the minds of the other people up. That's why Christ told Peter, if you doubt, you will not be able to walk on this water. If you doubt, you will sink. So we have men who have, if we have men who have no fear, and one man among them who has fear, he needs to go home, because I'm not going to be able to work through him. You cannot have fear and love. There is no fear in love. The Most High is love. The Holy Spirit is love. There's no fear in love. If you believe that the Most High is going to do this thing, you got to believe it all the way, baby. You got to have no doubt with it. I don't know if I can do it. We don't care about it, because listen, we came to die about it. Those men were saying in their mind. Let's see. Lest Israel vaunt themselves against me, saying, my own hand has saved me. That's one thing I don't like about the gym. Too many carnal people. Right? Too many men ashamed to be of age, scared to wear gray hair, dyeing their hair because they don't want to wear gray hair. Negro, the Most High gave you glory of the ancient gray-haired man, the hoary head. I just got it young because my genetics, and maybe some people say I got a little wisdom. I don't know. I think the Holy Spirit is wise, personally. And people come to the gym and they say, man, how old are you? Because they see me lifting a lot of weight. They like, nobody else in here, this gym is doing this. But, you know, I'm not here to compete. I'm here to just have a little fun, train for survival. They ask me that all the time. But check it out. Now, therefore, go to proclaim in the ears of the people, saying, right? Because he don't want them to be carnal and say, oh, yeah, we did this. Like the modern day man. The modern day man vaunts themselves. I'm strong. That's why David was chosen. He wasn't the biggest out of his brother. See? A lot of big guys, like I said, I see a lot of big guys. They're not as strong as you think. A lot of them be cowards. A lot of them really not built like that. You can see a Chihuahua and a big old Rottweiler sometime, and a Rottweiler can be a total coward. That Chihuahua is ready to go hard, even though he really can't do much. So it's about the spirit of the person, the discipline of the person, the mindset of the person. Midianites into their hands, lest Israel vaunt themselves against me, saying, my own hand had saved me. Now therefore go to proclaim in the ears of the people, saying, whosoever is fearful and afraid, let him return and depart early from Mount Gilead. All the scary Negroes, skedaddle, kick rocks. You would call yourself a frontliner, but when it's time to go to war, hey, I need to look left and right to see you there. But when I turn, I ain't got time to turn my head backwards to see if you're running. So it might be, my last breath. So the Most High, like, if you scared, get out of here. So a lot of people think just because we woke up to find out we Israelites, guys, there's different types of Israelites. That's why everybody is not saved. He just told these scary Israelites to go home. You think because you're an Israelite, that's the only thing that matters to the Most High. No, he just told the scary Israelites to go home. Okay? These is dudes who was dogs. And that's what we're missing today. They put a lot of our poor brothers in prison. And that's why, unfortunately, some of the women is like, listen, I'm not suggesting any women go to do such things. But I see why, in some degree, some women need to go and try to find a man. Because you got some men here, he got good money, good job, but he's a coward. He's really not manly like that. You can have a dude with the biggest muscles and all that. Hey, he exercises, but he's really not he's not like, if it go down, he gonna be putting the pistol in your hands. Can you handle that for me, baby? You my ride or die. You my Bonnie, my Clyde. See? Unfortunately. So sisters like, yeah, that's why a lot of sisters would choose the warrior, the gladiator. Who gonna go hard in the paint when you thinking he ain't. Listen, it don't matter if you're skinny. Because, well, to a certain degree, you better have some good hands and heart and know how to move until the other person get tired. If you skinny, you got to learn how to use what you got. You better be like a little skinny fillet knife with them sharp knuckles, and you better know how to move. Cause if the bear gets you, you're done. I'm gonna be honest with you. If the bear get on top of you, you're done. If you ain't like Bruce Lee, I'm gonna be honest with you. If you ain't got no hands and you don't know jiu-jitsu, you done. That's just the reality. You better run. And it's okay to run sometimes, because a lion, sometimes he got to run, but he going to still be the king of the jungle. The lion is not the king of the jungle because he's the biggest. But everybody know he's the baddest. When he roar, the whole jungle can feel the ground shake. See? It's not about the biggest, but the lion got heart to go against an elephant, a giraffe. And sometimes he know when to get the heck up out the way. But he gonna walk in the water and pull a crocodile out the water, whatever. But he know it's a time for everything. See? Let me stop messing with y'all. And there returned of the people 20 and 2,000, and there remained 10,000. And the Lord said unto Gideon, the people are yet too many. There's still too many people, brother. Bring them down into the water. I tell you what, bring them down into the water, and I will try them for thee there. And it shall be that of whom I say unto thee that shall go with thee, the same shall go with thee. So we're going to see the difference between the cats who be fronting and the cats who really ain't about that talk, who just really about it. You getting ready to see it right now. I see a lot of rap songs. I see a lot of studio gangsters. But see, let me tell you right now. I grew up around a lot of clowns. Let me tell you, my generation and a little bit under me was total pretenders. The old school people before me, boy, Strong guys. I mean, lifting engines out of car. You talking about hard-working men. And just working on the land made him strong. I mean, let me tell you, and I'm not saying a lot of guys, won't do nothing, but they do something because they got guns. We're not talking about people who got guns. Let's get this straight. We're not talking about people because they have guns. We talking about what it was nothing but this. See? When they get to prison, ain't no guns. They become somebody's girlfriend. No diddy. Pause. I'm just telling you the truth. I done got my lip blooded before. I done won some, lost some. I won most of them, but I done won some, lost some. And then I start winning them all. Nobody want to come out to play no more. But you have to go through the jungle, to become somebody, unfortunately. That's the curses, guys. Huh? We all done been in a fight where you wish you was young again. You could be like, man, let me catch my breath. Man, let me tie my shoe real quick. When we was small, they actually let you tie your shoe and then you can start back fighting again. They'll let you catch it. Man, can I go to my house, get some water real quick? You come back out and you still can fight. And when you get grown, you don't feel like fighting. You like, man, I hope somebody stop this fight, man. I know how to fight, but I really don't feel like fighting right now. But you got to fight because people go take it back to school and say, you lost, and you don't feel like fighting. You out of breath. You ain't training every day to fight. You're like, Lord have mercy. Why this person hating on me? I do not feel like fighting today. I'm trying to stay clean, but I got to do what I got to do. See, you can't take the pause moments of tying your shoe no more, guys. I remember I knocked this one dude out back in middle school because he thought that I liked his girl, but she really liked me. I never wanted to fight this dude, football player bigger than me, but they always told me I got heavy hands. So I was afraid a little bit. I'm not going to lie to you because I'm like, he's a big guy. I was skinny, didn't really bother nobody. I'm like, this guy kind of swole. He might whip my behind. But I always know my mama, if I go home to my mama, she can whip my behind. So guess what? I was in 8th grade. I had to do what I had to do. Got everybody outside. So here we go. Throw the first punch. Boom. Laid him down. So I run over there, start fighting him. Obviously, he's stronger than me at the time. He played football. He got me down. His little sisters jumping me and kicking me. And then we end up getting up and then kind of finishing the fight that way. But I tell you what, boy. Thank you, AC. Anyway, so let's get back to this. This shall not go with thee. The same shall not go. So he brought down the people into the water. And the Lord said unto Gideon, every one that lappeth of the water with his tongue, as a dog lappeth, him shalt thou set by himself. Right? So whoever get down with the mindset of a dog who finna go hard at war, sit him to the side. Right? Likewise, everyone that boweth down upon his knees to drink, right? A little too proper, knowing it's wartime, what we gonna do with them? All right? And the number of them that lapped putting their hand to their mouth were 300 men. But the rest of the people that bowed down upon their knees to drink the water, and the Lord said unto Gideon, by 300 men that lapped will I save you, and deliver the Midianites into thine hand, and let the other people go, every man unto his place. So the people who was more rough, more gritty, more really about that life, that's the men he took with him. See? So I'm just saying. I'm just telling you right now. All right. 1 Chronicles 7 and 11. One second, guys. First Chronicles 7 and 11. First Chronicles 7 and 11. Okay. All these sons of Jediel, by the heads of their fathers, mighty men, and we're not talking about mighty men that gets caught up in the flesh, because we know that strength comes from heaven. So although we have fleshly strength, we know that that's not the only thing that actually wins wars. But you do need to be in shape and exercise. I'm showing you guys this specifically to show you that these guys had to be in shape to be called a mighty man of valor. Let's read about it. Verse 11. All these sons of Jediel, by the heads of their fathers, mighty men of valor, were 17,200 soldiers, fit to go out for war and battle. Shuppim also Huppim, the children of Ir and Hushim, the sons of Ahar, the sons of Naphtali, Jahasiel and Gunai and Jezer and Shalom, the sons of Bilhah. Let me see. So now I'm going to jump from there to 1 Chronicles 12 and 8. Let me go to 12 and 8 real quick, guys. Give me 1 second. Okay. Let's go to the Gadite brothers, like myself. So I know some people say I'm Judah, but you know I got a lot of Gad in my family. Hey, maybe I got some Judah in it. I don't know, but all the tribes were strong. That's just the reality of it. All of them was mighty men. So, all right. So we got 1 Chronicles 12 and 8. And the Gadites, they separated themselves unto David, unto the wilderness men of might, and men of war fit for the battle, that could handle shield and buckler, whose faces were like the faces of lions. All right. And were swift as the roes upon the mountains. So that just reminds me a lot of myself. When I ran, I would never get tired. I can chase you down and I still wouldn't be tired. So I can sprint and want to race, but I can actually really run for a long time and not get tired. That's just my mindset. I would just be able to chase you down. You know, somebody try to hit you and run, and you could chase them down, and you don't stop till you get them. That's a talent that some people have because you might be from a certain tribe. Okay, so, and there's books on how Gad will fight against the Edomites, and how they fought. Elder went into a long time ago. It's like how they fought like cougars. They got a whole native Indian fighting style and all of that. Okay, with the tomahawk, it's a certain way that these guys they listen. Just like you see them on the cowboy movies, it's kind of very similar to the old African style. Boom, 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 hit them, take they, you know what I mean, take their neck, you know what I mean, unbalance them from the vertebrae, get them on the ground, knee them in the back of the vertebrae, tomahawk them, they done. So let me tell you, Gad was some warriors. It said they ran fast as deer. Okay, so, and a lot of people in America, have a lot of Gad in them, right? Who probably think they Judah. And of the Gadites that separate themselves unto David. So even though you had parts of the northern kingdom that were actually living on their side, David kept some of the Gadites with him. And it's kind of funny because how close Gad and Judah is today. Same thing. So David being a Judite, he I'm keeping some of these Gadites. These boys real, and they go hard in the paint. You know what I mean? I'm keeping some of these cats by me, right? And they wasn't shaving back in that time, like how they do when they came over here with this new Nazarite thing. They start taking too far over here. Like they actually had beards, and they were looking crucial. They had faces of lions. Okay, so they were looking crucial. And Unfortunately, Esau can never make that crucial look like Judah. They be trying to look crucial, but to Judah, it don't look crucial. But you see like a Kimbo slice. Let me show you an example of a face of a lion. Let me give you that real quick of what the Most High is talking about. Like, let me give you an example here, just so you guys can see. Fair use. And I'm not promoting this. I'm just showing you like the face of a lion when this dude walks out. And this brother's no longer alive actually. It's like, you know, he ended up going to the UFC and fighting. But I want to just show you this dude's face. Let me tell you, this Benjamin brother here. Listen, from Florida, them Florida boys. Let me tell you. Look at this cat. This is what he used to do. Listen, I don't condone that. Look at this. Let me tell you right now. You got the Superman look, and then you got this look. You know how Superman do the little eyebrow, the little try to look the crucial. Superman, like nah, that ain't it, bro. That ain't scaring nobody. Even when they wear a beard, they just don't look crucial like that. No offense, that don't mean they're not tough, cause Esau is a warrior too, but he used more technology. But they don't want to go with the lions of Judah. That's just the reality of it. Okay, so when you look at this, when we reading by now the faces of lions, when it's time to go to war, that's why every winter was wartime. You see me grow my beard. Just in case war break out, I got that beard looking crucial, ready to go, baby. Look at this faces of the lion we talking about right here. When you see the lion, he got the mane, and it's about to get real. Listen, Kimbo Slice was a brawler.
Fights, I was never afraid of anything because I felt like,
and he had no doubt that he was gonna knock you out.
That he wasn't gonna get hurt.
Listen. Now I don't want to show all that, but I just want to show you the faces. Let me tell you, Judah, Benjamin, Levi, serious. You need to stay in shape because this dude was hitting refrigerators when he couldn't afford a punching bag. He probably didn't have the best skills in fighting, like professionally, but he ended up winning a lot. But let me tell you, when you gonna feel that knuckle. I mean, this dude was serious. One of the fights, the dude's eye kind of came out that he fought. It was another big guy, but just like we just read about the 300, it was two different type of men. You got two men with two sizes, but one man is ready to go all the way there. Kimbo Slice said, man, let's run this, you know. And the other dude was like, nah, man, let's chill. You know, I'm slipping. Because his mind wasn't really that. Negro, you wasn't slipping. You thought just because you have size that's going to do something. It's some men out here who's skinny, big, small, whatever size, and they ready to go there. And so Kimbo Slice, he let the dude hit him in the face, and they was like, yo, Kimbo is crazy. Nah, it ain't crazy. The Most High just made certain men with a certain mindset. And hopefully you got a chin, because everybody done got the chin. You know, we don't know we got the chin till you get hit and you get rocked. So, but that's just an example. With all jokes aside, one of the faces of lions. I just wanted to put out there really quick, guys. Okay, let us continue here. Let us continue. Let me go back to the scriptures here. So, let's read it again. And the Gadites they separated themselves unto David into the hold, and into the hold to the wilderness men of might and men of war fit for battle that could handle shield and buckler. You know how heavy some of these things were? Military guys, you know, they do different trainings running with all of these guns and this armor, guys. Warriors were fit on a whole nother level. So in this time, when you see you're in a time of war, sometimes it's good to train like, hey, let me run around with a little vest. Let me do a few jump squats. Now, you got to work it in slowly, brothers. But sometimes you need to know that these people out here are training for war. Okay? Whose faces were like whose faces were like the faces of lions and were as swift as the roes upon the mountains. Okay? You look at your football players, they pretty much training these guys like straight warriors. This is really war games you're watching. These basketball players running up and down the court. In shape. Soccer. They running up and down that field. Ready to go. Okay? How many of us, think that we're ready if it came down to war? Probably not a lot. So today, it's okay though. You can at least get in some sort of shape for your health at least, if you're not fit to go to war, right? So I think I have like a scripture or two left. Judges 19 and 22. Now, I'm going here because just for an example for you guys about the Benjamites. They were warriors, man, but they were a little wicked in this time. You understand? Just like all our forefathers eventually, but they were pretty wicked. They were dealing with the sodomite type of vibe in this time. And the Most High had to pretty much almost destroy all of Benjamin. You remember that time in Judges? So they were dealing with something, a very similar story to Lot. Okay, so I'm trying to just jump straight to the story. And the reason I say that because they even though they were said to be wrong when they got checked about it, they were covering for their rainbow guys. So we're going to read about it. So even though these Benjamites had got caught wrong, the community of Benjamin in their land, when we got into the land of Israel, they covered for these guys. So all the children of Israel had to go to war against our little brother Benjamin, and pretty much almost decimated most of Benjamin for them turning into this little carnival type of lifestyle that they still do today. The Babylonians have brought this type of garbage over there to Trinidad, and you understand West End. Let me tell you, this is a Babylon type of thing going on here. See, it's a lot of East Indians who goes to Trinidad, just so you know, who have taken over over our people, bringing these ways just like they do in Africa with the Canaanites, mixing the ways of the Canaanites with our brothers who's in West Africa and all parts of Africa. So we're telling our people to come out of these ways. Okay? But for now, we'll go into that another time. Let's just talk about the strength of Benjamin. Let me tell you, these guys were warriors still to this day. You know what I mean? The mindset they almost like Issachar. Let me tell you, seeing people in the fight with Issachar just keep getting back up. Keep getting back up because they just got that heart. That's how Benjamin be. They were hard to take down in this time. It's sad that we had to do it, but let's read the story about it. But it just shows you that these people were in shape. They were fit. Okay? So, let's go to Judges. It's 19 and 22. Now, as they were making their hearts merry, behold, the men of the city, certain sons of Belial. So you know how you got these new age people who's down with the Egyptology, who's down with the 5%er, who's down with the conscious movement. You had this in the time of in the time when we were staying in the land of Israel. People who did witchcraft, low-level warlocks in the neighborhood, gangbangers, Satanists. So check it out. Certain sons of Belial. It will be your gang members, your modern-day gang members today, your people who just causing trouble. Right? But this was a deeper level. These were more so occultist type of men who believed in this thing of, dealing with same situations, same sex. They believed in that. Certain sons of Belial beset the house round about and beat at the door and spake to the master of the house and the old man, saying, bring forth the man that came into thine house. So you had the man, one of the Levites, who went to go and get his concubine. Okay, because she ended up committing, you know what I mean? She was sleeping around. So this Levite went to go and get his concubine. And he was traveling, I guess, back or whatever the case may be. And these Benjamite men surrounded the house, and they actually didn't want to sleep with the woman. They wanted to deal with the man. Okay? So they said, bring forth, this sounds just like the story of Lot, right? Bring forth the man that came into thine house, that we may know him. So these guys wanted to have a Diddy party. See? They, you know what I mean? With this person. And the man of the master of the house went out to them and said unto them, nay, like, no, my brother, nay, I pray you, please do not so wickedly. So he's trying to reason with them. He's trying to beg them, please don't do this. Because he already knows these guys are some crazy guys in the neighborhood, and they like rainbow bullies. See? Rainbow mafia. So nay, not my brother, nay, I pray you, do not so wickedly. Seeing that this man is come to my house, do not this folly. Behold, here is my daughter, a maiden, and his concubine. So listen, they didn't want to die, realizing there's so many men. We can't be unlawful here. So we probably gonna die, but we can't go out like no marks. We can't have no dudes dealing with us unlawfully. Here's a woman. One of us is going to get it. So, and these guys could have been old, man, nowhere near able to fight. We don't know. Okay? So they say, listen, here's a woman, whatever the case may be. Our people in the past, they would, instead of us sinning, they would do the next best thing they thought they could do. You have one of the brothers in the book of Josephus named Joseph, who went to the Greeks in Egypt, and he saw like a singing girl. And he said, no, I can't let you deal with this Edomite woman, this singing girl, because he fell in love with this Edomite woman. He said, no, just take my daughter and you can marry her. So he went out his way for his brother to marry his daughter instead of him dealing with this singing girl. So that's the mindset of what our brothers would do, even in this situation. All right? It's not a good thing that would happen to this young lady, but check it out. What was she doing? When you read above in the story, let me see if I can go there really quick. Just so I can show you. In the beginning. Judges 19:1. And it came to pass in those days when there was no king in Israel. So keep in mind, sometimes there was no king and we would operate a certain way according to our mind. Men were taking extra wives, doing all type of things, okay? Because there was not Bibles all over the place. Usually the Levite would read to the people. There would not be just Bibles all over the place. So sometimes people would start to do unrighteousness. People would start getting multiple wives. There was 800 years where our people was calling on Yahweh, all type of things, okay? So that there was a certain Levite sojourning on the side of Mount Ephraim, who took him a concubine out of Bethlehem, Judah. And his concubine played the whore against him. So just to show you, we go back down here. He had a concubine, but his concubine was sleeping out on him, okay? 1 second here. So let's go back to verse 24. Behold, so this man's girl, hey, she played the whore. Behold, here is my daughter, a maiden, his concubine. Okay? Them will I bring out now, and humble ye them, and humble ye them, and do what seemeth good unto you. So this is what he said. Behold, here is my daughter, a maiden, and his concubine. Them will I bring out now. So he said, I'm going to bring these two women out. I got a daughter, and this is his concubine. Instead of you doing some of this unlawful stuff, deal with these women. We rather not you deal with them, but we rather not you bully us into unrighteousness here. Then will I bring out now and humble ye them, and do with them what seemeth good unto you. But unto this man do not so a vile thing, because it's not heard of to do such a thing in Israel since the times of Sodom. But the men would not hearken to him. So the man took his concubine and brought her forth unto them, and they knew her and abused her all night until the morning. And when the day began to spring, they let her go. Now check it out. I want you to notice something key in this story. They only took the concubine. So because she played the whore, it ended up happening to her. Not that it was right. It was totally wrong. But the Most High has a certain way of like, hey, I can't protect you because you've done this, knowing you were not supposed to do it. They didn't deal with his daughter. Somehow, some way, they dealt with her. Okay, and this is a sad story that happened in our people. Regardless of her playing the whore, this still was not right, but it happened. And they knew her and abused her all the night until the morning. And when day began to spring, they let her go. So these guys were doing this poor sister like this for a long time. Then came the woman in the dawning of the day and fell down at the door of the man's house where her Lord was till it was night. So she came to her master's house. Okay. And her Lord rose up in the morning and opened the doors of the house and went out to go his way. So obviously this was a servant girl of his. And behold, the woman, his concubine, was fallen down the door of the house, and her hands were upon the threshold. And he said unto her, Up, and let us be going. But none answered. Then the man took her up upon the ass or the donkey, and the man rose up and gat him unto his place. So she was laid down with her hand upon the thing, like just out of there. She was gone. Her soul had left her. Okay? And, guess what? I'm telling some of you sisters out there, you got to be careful because sometimes there's different punishments. Praise the Most High that he allowed you to come back into a better life. But it's some things that he will open his hands and allow when you sin. You see how they could have took two women, but they took her? For whatever reason, it happened that way. And he was coming to the house, he took a knife and laid hold on his concubine and divided her together with her bones into 12 pieces and sent her into all the coasts of Israel. And it was so that all that saw it said, there was no such deed nor seen from the day that the children of Israel came about the land of Egypt until this day. Consider of it, take advice and speak your minds. Now, we can't really read the whole thing, but eventually in the next chapter in Judges 20, what happened was that all of the Israelite tribes had to go against Benjamin. And Benjamin, were pretty tough. Let me see. Let's go to a little bit of it. Let's go to 20 and 12. And just to show you, like, listen, you had to be in shape. You had to be able to exercise and protect yourself as a man. So I don't know what's going on in modern day. They're feminizing all the men. But guys, we need to man up. You might not be a rainbow guy, but you could feminize yourself by your testosterone levels going low. They're pushing that too. So we'll talk about a little bit of that before we end off. And the tribes of Israel sent men through all the tribe of Benjamin, saying, What wickedness is this that is done among you? Now therefore deliver us the men of the children of Belial, which are in Gibeah, that we may put them to death, and put away evil from Israel. But the children of Benjamin would not hearken to the voice of their brother and children of Israel. So they had pride. But the children of Benjamin gathered themselves together out of the cities unto Gibeah to go out to battle against the children of Israel. So our brothers Benjamin, unfortunately, praise the Most High, we all woke up, but in this time they had pride, and they like, listen, you're not touching our brothers, even though these guys are unrighteous men, and they were ready to go to fight against all the children of Israel. And the children of Israel were numbered at the time, so we don't need to really go into all that, but I'm gonna tell you something. Let's go to 19. And the children of Israel rose up in the morning and camped against Gibeah, and the men of Israel went out to battle against Benjamin. And the men of Israel put themselves in array to fight against Gibeah. And the children of Benjamin came forth out of Gibeah and destroyed down to the ground of the Israelites that day 22,000 men. And the people, the men of Israel encouraged themselves and set their battle again in array in the place where they put themselves in array the first day. And the children of Israel went up, wept before the Lord even until evening, and asked the counsel of the Lord, saying, shall I go up against the battle against the children of Benjamin, my brother? And the Lord said, go up against him. And the children of Israel came near against the children of Benjamin the second day. And Benjamin went forth against them out of Gibeah the second day, and destroyed down to the ground the children of Israel, again 18,000 men, and all these drew sword. So I'll say this: the children of Benjamin was whipping the children of Israel's behind, guys. Benjamin is warriors. And now eventually, you know, the Most High probably was trying to see what they was going to do. Were they going to humble themselves? But it came to the point where they pretty much was destroying almost the whole Benjamin, to where Benjamin had to go get wives from a whole nother nation of people. Right? Because they promised that they would not give the Israelite wives to Benjamin anymore. So I said that to say, you got this situation where, as a man, you got men coming up to try to actually take something from your home, your daughters, your wife, your auntie, your mama. You need to be trying to train in some capacity to at least protect them as best as you can. Because if you're not doing anything, brother, if they want to take you instead of the woman, they just might. So you see how the you know, this rainbow thing is growing. So get yourself together. Get yourself together. Right? Last scripture, Isaiah. I know we went into a lot of scriptures tonight, but I wanted to. Isaiah 3:24. And it shall come to pass, Isaiah 3:24, that instead of a sweet smell, there shall be a stink; instead of a girdle, a rent. So, but you can change these curses of the baldness and the hair. What are some of the ways that this happened, my sisters? Yeah, we're talking about exercise, but I'm digressing for a second. You go into the section where it says "just for me." That's a psychological warfare. It's not just for you. What's just for you is to go back natural. See? But outside of that, just so you know, you used to have the you know, and some sisters still have it. The small stomach, the nice waist, the Coke bottle shape. When you started using it for haughtiness, the Most High started taking a lot of it away. Some people still have it. Some people got to go back and work for it. That's why they got the waist trainers, the girdle. So what I'm telling my sisters is, it was more so in the scriptures that our sisters dealt with a tight, small stomach. Some people think it's unrighteous for a woman to actually, you know, dress like the times of King James. No, it's not. It's okay for that sister to be able to show she got a small stomach. She worked for it. Sorry. Because the Most High actually had them like that. The times of King James is a time that we used to dress. Even before King James, we was dressing like that. The ball gowns, small waist, and the sisters was just shaped a certain way. It didn't have to show their curves. It wasn't that tight. That's not what I'm saying. It wasn't that tight. But the waist, it's not unrighteous to have a small waist. You got sisters who think that, you know, sisters are supposed to wear a straight down dress to look like a nun all day. No, that's not the Bible. The Bible just showed, I'm going to show you again, being in shape and having a certain type of body, not showing off the flesh. That's not what I'm saying. But you can have an appropriate dress, small waist, and they got the little things, the petticoat type of vibe. Some sisters' shape is already naturally like that. Some people do wear petticoats, whatever. But that is appropriate. Small waist. This is King James time. This is ball royal gowns. Even the men had girdles. Men had belts, obviously, but they have certain girdles to keep a man's stomach tucked. Okay? And if he's doing pull-ups, he's going to have a V shape, small waist, and he's going to be like a man. It's just really a normal thing to see someone that's working out, is what I'm saying. So now the Most High had cursed them because of their haughtiness, and they're using it like modern day Instagram models. Using it like modern day Instagram models is totally vain. See? Now, you know, when you go to Instagram, you're going to see a bunch of women doing the wrong thing, right? Posing in the wrong way. Posing in the wrong way. Okay? That's just how it goes. When you go to search on your Instagram, all of you know that you're going to see thousands upon thousands of women, hundreds upon hundreds of men exercising, but they have turned into carnality like the Greeks. You go in the gym, people are wearing plastic greenhouse workout wear because you can't breathe with this plastic wear, this polyester. You can't breathe like that. See? So, you know, it's all our goal to try to get the best fabrics and the right fabrics, but the yoga pants thing, they taken it very far, and the gym have turned into a club. So the Most High said, nope, they did it back in that time. I'm going to make them become out of shape. I'm going to make them become out of shape. So now sisters got to wear the girdle again, got to go work out to get it back when the Most High had that with you natural. See? So, and guess what? It's your choice. It's your choice. You don't have to have that. But you can't also get mad at a sister who's working for it because her husband wants her to have that and he's attracted to that. It's okay for him to do that. Some sisters are going to always have it just natural like that. But what I'm saying is the skin will not, the elasticity of the skin, if you're not taking in collagen proteins, certain proteins that we lose as we get older or working out, a lot of that's just really not going to hold together. That's just the reality of it. The creams will only last for so long. Okay? So, as you see, our sisters in scriptures actually did have a flat stomach. So I hear some sisters saying, oh, listen, you can't tell a sister she can't have a flat stomach because you don't want to work for her. You can't do that. That's wrong. She can look like a princess, snow black. Well, I guess we can't call her snow black because I definitely want to say snow white. But I don't know we can't say black charcoal either. So I'll just leave that alone. But she can look like a princess Cinderella. And you can't tell her something's wrong with that. That's not righteous. Yeah, because she works out and she has a small waist. And guess what? Her dress is not hugging her hips. Because she got a small waist, it's making her just look phenomenal. And you are becoming a hater. You have people who don't want to work out, men and women, and they just want to keep reading 1 Timothy 4:8 all day because they're haters. And they never plan on getting down on the ground doing even one push-up. It's just the reality of it. So let's talk about really quick, and I know it's a little late, but you guys definitely needed this lesson before we bring this bread, because exercise is very important to keep this temple up. Some of the benefits, these are not all the benefits, very quickly. Benefits of exercise. You guys know a lot. Happiness, discipline, as we talked about today. Self-confidence, not low self-esteem. Weight distribution and balance, because a lot of times when you have too much weight on your vertebrae, it's like building a big brick house on a very small foundation that's really going to crack. That's what happens to our lower back. So I'm going to suggest that you guys, when you're working out, because a lot of men, we were taught not to work glutes. When I got my lower back injury, the only thing that helped me was doing glutes and hanging from a pole or a door. The more glutes I did, because when we were in school, they like, man, you can't do the glutes. That's for women. That's gonna make you like Rainbow. So we never did glutes in that day. We just did like squats, not knowing the glutes is one of the biggest muscles on the body beside the back. The more I did glutes, the less lower back pain I had, because now the spine is being decompressed because there's more weight at the bottom. Before, you had a big back and just it's not enough at the bottom. The legs and the posterior chain is not thick enough. So now you are imbalanced. So that's one great benefit, is weight distribution, because when you have muscle, it flows better, smoother when it's walking upon the bones and the joints. It moves a lot smoother. If you only have too much fat on there, you're like a building just sitting and just shaking all over the place, right? And that's going to be hard on your bones, my brothers and sisters. Okay? So diet and exercise is going to be very important for you. Okay? That's some of the benefits there. Less backaches. So a lot of you sisters may be front heavy here. You need to do virtue. You say, what are glutes? Glutes is your backside, my sister. It's your butt, just so you know. All right, gluteus maximus. It's one of the biggest muscles on the body. It needs to be trained a lot more than people think, because it's going to help with overall balance. A lot of sisters are front heavy, so you need to be definitely doing back and glutes to align yourself so that your shoulders are not rounding off because you're front heavy. So you need to do more back, more rolls and things like that, so that weight can be distributed. Those tendons can help you to walk more like this, and your glutes, just because you have, listen, sisters, this is a misconception. Just because you have a big backside the Most High blessed you with, let me tell you, if it's not having muscle, it's still going to be all over the place to where your balance is off, and to where you're still having back pains. You can't, I'm trying to say it the best in, morally sound type of way, but it needs to be a little bit more tight and have more muscle, because, and you're a woman, it's never going to be like a man, because you are not filled with testosterone. It's never going to be like a man, just so you understand. I don't want to lift weights, it's going to make me too bulky. Let me tell you, you can believe that garbage all you want, but them sisters, they're unrighteous, but any man lie to you if he say them sisters don't look good working out in that gym. That's just the reality of it. Your man is a liar if he tell you that's not true. I'm not going to lie. They look good, but that's not who I want. I want a virtuous, righteous looking good sister. See, that's just the truth about it. But when you get older, it gets more out of shape. When you get pregnant, I'm going to give young sisters a key. You may have, I tell a lot of young brothers, if you get her too thick when she's young, she got to get pregnant and pop a few babies out. It's postpartum depression. They're promoting all this negativity on the news. Are you the person who's having this? You should take this. And then later they tell you, you've been taking this? Oh, we got a recall on it. Or, have you been struggling with this? And then they give you some more garbage. So when you're young as a sister, it's not the smartest thing to be the biggest yet, unless you just got it like that. You might want to diet down, because when you're going to add weight to yourself once you get pregnant. And sometimes it's hard to get off if you're not a person who naturally likes to work out. Some sisters used to work out, and when they get pregnant, they don't work out no more. So the benefits of working out can help you a lot. Even when you are pregnant, working out, get with your doctor, but it can help you push that baby out better and all that. Okay? So that's just a few tips, brothers. Get them in shape. And if they ain't in shape yet, it's okay. Don't mean she's a nice sister. Say, hey, can you get on a little workout plan, whatever the case may be, and we court for a year or two. And I'm just saying, or we can wait. But when you're young, a young man's mind can be all over the place. So he definitely going to want a woman who keeps herself together. And women shouldn't think that they can just present themselves just any kind of way to a man, learning all the wisdom that we're learning. You present, do the Most High take sheep with spots on it? Just because he forgave us don't mean we should not do better. Men too. You can't, yeah, when you get old my age. Listen, I am not finna ever listen to that garbage. What scripture is that? That's that old school stuff. But let me tell you right now, I'm from the generation, I must be from Caleb line or something, because ain't nothing in my mind telling me I'm finna accept some stomach just because my wife cooked good. Because when you work out, it goes to the muscle instead of the stomach. See? And men will tell you, Them looks fade. People are getting mad at this brother. What's this basketball player who is, and listen, in the ancient times, people marry like this. What's this basketball player? Is he a basketball player? He got a young girl 17 ages apart. He's 39, his wife is 22. So what? People were doing it back in the days. Once she becomes an adult and a woman, she's an adult. If he got with her father and her mother and he's taking care of the woman, leave him alone. She's honoring her husband, being with her husband. Hey, now if she's doing something else, that ain't my business. But, men mature a little later. Sometimes they don't get their bodies till later when their metabolism starts to slow down. So it's really all about, through the Most High, who's supposed to be with who. Okay? So that's some more benefits there. Libido. Libido comes from working out. You get heightened libido. That's how the children of Israel got here, making a nation like Abraham. Let's be mature about it. Long life, because the blood is flowing, and it's releasing toxins like sweat under our arms. Okay, it's releasing sweat. The blood is heating up, being able to move and flow through the body. If you drink enough water, where the blood is made in your bone marrow, it will not be dry. If you're only drinking coffee, too much caffeinated drinks, if you are drinking too much wine, let me tell you, in your bone, the blood and the water needs to be together so it can flow. And people say, my back ache. And I said, are you drinking enough water and electrolytes? No. So that's why I try to get a lot of people who's hard to drink water on our BCAAs to transition them. But drinking water is very important. Okay? My lips getting dry. Okay? Drinking water is very important. All right? So, being able to finish. If you are in shape and there's like a crisis going outside, it's a civil war, it's whatever. It's the end of the world. You are in shape to run for your life. You are in shape to save a life. You are in shape to train yourself discipline-wise with your diet. If you have to fast, you're not used to being a glutton. You will be more able to fast than the person who's used to being a glutton. See? You will be able to endure to the end. There's no cars around. I need you to run around the corner and get this. Can you run a half a mile? Can you run a mile? Okay? Well, yeah. Water tastes nasty, but we got to transition them though, because all water is just not created equal. I mean, they're finding a lot of water they're finding out that it's like processed. Even the Fiji, some of the water that we pay the highest price for, they're finding out that it's bad. So for me in my house, I'm on well water, and even if you're not, I have a house filter. Plus, I have a reverse osmosis, but that's going to take every mineral out. That's where you have to put either mineral drops or create you something called Soleil water, where you make your own salt solution. It looks very similar to my BCAAs. Okay, so learn how to make you some SOLE water, and you can put those drops inside your water, cucumbers inside, lemon, other herbs to just leave in the water, and it will give you your electrolytes. Or eat a lot of watermelon. I mean, in summertime, the Most High made summer fruits. Read in the Bible, it talks about summer fruits. It gives you a lot of electrolytes that you can drink, because water sometimes is not enough in the summer. You just got to reverse osmosis, but it's going to strip everything out of it. It's one of the best filters out there. So you want to make sure, I have a distiller and a reverse osmosis. It's going to strip every mineral out. I'm going to tell you right now. So you want to put it back in. I tried the thing where you put the minerals back in with the food. It don't work the same. I'm sorry. So especially if you drink a lot of water, it needs to kind of sit in that water to create that water. So the reverse osmosis water tastes so empty, and it makes you not want to drink water. I'm be honest. We got that Soleil water in there, the cucumbers and the things like that. Little lime pills or a squeeze of lime or something like that. Tastes totally amazing. But you must have salt if you're going to put lemon in your water. Those of you who are just squeezing lemon in your water, you're going to dehydrate yourself. It must have salt in it. Okay? And you can't just put the salt instantly. It needs to sit in there for a while for the water to absorb. So it's best to make you some Soleil water, get you some mineral drops. Downsides to not working out, just a few. Low testosterone levels. They're already putting everything in the food: soy, preservatives, plastics, microwave, air. And I'm not telling people they can't have microwave, but overdoing anything, your testosterone is going to be low. Not working out, your testosterone is going to be low. And then you got your wife complaining, and you don't know. It could have been your health and you not exercising while your wife is complaining. See? Or you complaining for your wife. Both of you guys need to get off your behind and work out together, or separate, whatever, together. Get in that gym. Straight up. It's going to keep you right. And we'll talk about this in a second, but we have this right here, boys. If you want to be, we keep some extra on deck. I mean, let me tell you right now, and you got to get this with it. I have the matchups. The quercetin with this. The quercetin enhances this. And then you got this, and it's fat burning. Let me tell you, this right here, do your research. One of the most powerful things ever. Okay? When it comes to the gut and the little worms and critters in there, that's all I'm going to say, little parasites. Hey, So, anyway, you can get that from KIIYSupplements.com. Hormone imbalance in women. There was some downsides. Excessive drinking can cause low testosterone levels. It can alter the blood flow. High blood pressure, low blood pressure, stress. When you're not working out, stress. But working out can heal the stress. Bowel movements. Okay? A lot of you, because you're not working out and you don't jump, you don't do some type of running where your feet comes off the ground, your bowel movements is not happening. Okay? You have people who started to sprint and notice they have no more digestive issues. People who started to run miles, no more digestive issues. People who start to do jumping jacks every day, no more digestive issues. Laziness is hurting us, guys. And our people are suffering from a lack of knowledge. Excessive drinking. You drink too much, a glass of wine is okay. If you drink too much and you're trying to go in the gym, does not mean you're not going to be in shape, but if you're trying to be strong, it's really going to take a lot from your strength. You can't drink too much. And for those of you who like to drink, like on a regular, I have nettle in my tea every day because nettle deals directly with the neuro and the nerves. Okay? One of the best. But I just suggest getting some discipline on you because I make my own wine and it's far better than the sulfite wine. I'm going to be honest, even the organic one. It just really is. Okay? And I'm trying to make it more probiotic than alcohol because alcohol kills brain cells if you overdo it. That's just the reality of it. Okay? It's not bad to drink, but you can't be excessive with it. Bad sleep cycles. Not working out, but working out gives you better sleep. Can't overdo it. You can't be in the gym 2-3 hours though. It's just not worth it. An hour or less, or if people taking other machines, you might be in there 2 hours. Aches and pains. A lot of you, once you started to work out and take my supplements, you're doing a lot better. A lot of people who's taking my supplements, I really just need to do a live stream of how our supplements help you, but it's kind of hard to do that when YouTube doesn't want you to say what did this for that. But I have a lot of people, weight loss, who I'm going to tell you some serious stuff. That's all I'm going to say. I got to be careful. Some serious stuff from their consistency. And if they have a diet and working out, even the better, more faster. And I'm not making it up. I'm not being a salesman here. They will tell you the facts. And I'm talking about over more than 50 plus people with testimonies. And I'm like, hey, black people, why don't y'all get the testimonies out so you can help the rest of the people? I need y'all to start posting it on Instagram, posting it on Facebook. Not just on the site, post it on social media where everyone is so you can help to get these people healed. That's why I really started the company first. Low self-esteem, cellulite issues. Like your skin and the collagen of the skin. Obviously, you need to be taking vitamin C to absorb collagen, to absorb MSM. Right? Whether you're eating in your vegetables or not, whatever the case may be, whether you're eating in your meat. But working out is really going to fix a lot of these things. Making sure you're eating a lot of protein. Once again, we have our female enhancement, one of the best things on earth. If you are a female and you're not taking this, you might want to try it today. I have sometimes some people who don't understand how to take supplements. Sometimes what I'll do is I'll say, because I have a few people like this. I give you the money back, but still just try the supplements. Because I'll tell you something. All of them work. Every single one of them works. Every single one of them. This is no gimmick. I got all of them. I can't even hold them all in my hand right here because they work. Prostate, omega-3, 6, and 9. I mean, you just name it. The probiotics. If you are consistent, you have seen them work. If you're not, you are a lack of discipline, inconsistent person. Vitamin D3 plus K2, one of the top things out there. K2 that people don't get. No one is getting enough K2. No one. We're getting a lot of D3, but no one is getting enough K2 because most people are not eating dairy. Raw dairy, I'm saying. So most people do not get enough K2. If every single Israelite is not taking K2, you are doing something wrong. I'm gonna flat out tell you that. This is a secret from an Edomite overseas in Europe. We all get D3, but it's not going in the right place. K2 is a part of God's diet. Raw cottage cheese, raw kefir, raw yogurt, raw butter, raw cream. This is how you get K2. Sauerkraut, probiotic foods. And if you're not making that, you get our vitamin D3 plus K2. Trust me what I'm telling you. Trust me. Okay, so it's late, but I'm going to open up the lines really quick to get a few calls. And my question is, are you working out? And if you're not, why? That's what I'm going to ask you on the phone. I don't need you to give me a talking about baptism right now. No. We're not talking about baptism right now. If you want to get baptized, this is what I'm going to do for you. Send me an email to elderrawchaa@gmail.com. We're not talking about baptism. I'm going to put the email in there right now because I'm not going to be on here all night. I wasn't going to come on today, but I wanted to take my time to give you this before the bread came on, before we show you us baking the bread and the benefits of the bread and how powerful it is, like a multivitamin. Okay, we need vitamins on vitamins on vitamins as Israelites. I'm telling you. So I take supplements and I eat healthy to make sure I'm not missing anything. When one of you ever get the chance to work out with me, or you rock, because your rock gonna kill you too. He gonna kill you. Okay, he gonna kill you. And then you will see. And I'm not talking about these little workouts that they give you for the pros. We're not talking about that. We talking about some. Listen, anybody can try to kill you to go to work a sport for the white man, but then that's not reality. You're actually not living that type of life every day. You still got to be realistic. Some people will train you as if you're getting paid $1 million to be a machine. We're not talking about training you like a machine. We're talking about right before that to where you can still live a realistic life. You're not fighting every day, so you shouldn't be training like some pro fighter unless you're fighting every single day. When it's time for war, you take a little time out, 6 months to a year, and it's time for war. But you training like this, you can't have a life with a family. You can't do anything. So that's where the balance has to come in, where you have to be wise. You can't train like some machine. You broke. You don't got time to work because you training all day, but you broke. Now, you got a nice body, but we need some money here. So you got to balance it all. Okay? So anybody can train you like, yeah, I'm trying to train you to be in the NBA, but you never get to the NBA, but you still broke. You don't have time for your family because all you're doing is training. Listen, I mean, that's where 1 Timothy 4:8 comes in. So everything must be done with just weights and just measures, guys. But go ahead and call in, because I denied the first call because I was still talking. 281-973-6872, because I got to get my good old meal in and get ready for me going to the gym tomorrow. I got back day. And back day we go heavy. I'm trying to put them 7 plates back on there. But you listen, you don't ever have to touch 7 plates. You don't have to touch 5, 4, 3. You can touch 1 plate. You can touch a 10-pound. Get to work and put them reps in. Maybe the church can start some exercise groups. They already got some personal exercise groups. But I want you to start the exercise first. Okay? We got who we have calling in right now?
Okay, this is Charity.
Charity, how you doing? Charity, you was in the military or something?
No, never. I'll never be in this army. Sorry.
All right. Well, how you doing, Charity? You calling from California?
Yeah, but actually, I'm in Vegas.
Okay, you in Vegas. Yeah, I listen. I know y'all bringing the heavens to Vegas, because Vegas, boy, I tell you, that's a place I don't want to go. How you doing today?
I'm good. You said the question was like, why are we not working out? Like that's the topic.
Yeah.
Or what am I supposed to say?
Are you working out or are you not working out? Which one is that for you tonight?
Okay, so I am working out, not as hard as I should be, but I did start back into running and trying to get consistent with like the miles and stuff, back at it. Cause I had stopped working out like years ago, cause I was coming out of like that gym environment. Like I was dressing like, I was trying to change my lifestyle to a more modest lifestyle, and like the whole lust in that environment, I didn't want to be in there. So for a long time, I didn't go to the gym, or I just kind of neglected my body.
Okay.
And like, cause I was kind of scared to like slide back into that lifestyle. But now that I'm growing and like I'm way more mature spiritually, like I know that it's important for me to upkeep that's part of upkeeping my temple. That's part of me like having respect, self-love, like,
yeah. I'm glad you said that, because a lot of sisters are confused, and brothers. Listen, we all are going to go through when we first get in the truth, like the sackcloth garments. That's normal. Like it's nothing wrong with that, because we trying to humble ourselves from the world. And that's when we're babes, drinking milk. And hey, after we get our 2, 3, 4, 5 years of stumbling or whatever, falling and trying to get our soul right, we like, you know what? Hold up. I got to shine my light. I can't be looking depressed and stressed and somebody join this truth and I'm looking like that. So some people, they stay in that sackcloth mentality, but the Most High didn't want that for us. Even fasting, when you read, I think it's in Isaiah or Jeremiah, in this times, I think is it Jeremiah 50? I can't remember, but it talked about this is not the old way of fasting or doing things. You have to let your light shine. So we can't hide our candle under the bed. And it just so happens that exercising just so happens to solve many of these issues and problems, along obviously with a good diet. So I'm glad you said that. That shows me that you know exactly what you're talking about. Like, you know what? I was doing this and I had to do it for a time, but now it's time to let my light shine. Time for me to be fine like wine again, but I can still do it in a modest way to be a virtuous daughter of Zion.
Yeah, because like I've been in like the health thing. I like listening to you talk about health stuff, because a lot of the stuff that I hear you say, or like the other elders bring out, or like even my deacon, like I've been hearing since 2013. And I used to I went to school to be like a personal trainer. Okay. I did psychology, so like a lot of things I know, and it's just that I never had to discipline myself, so I didn't feel comfortable speaking on certain topics. But now that I'm getting more disciplined in my own life, I kind of speak more. I started juicing myself, and like I'm living a more healthy lifestyle, so it's a lot easier for me to speak up and tell people certain things, or like certain health related information. Yeah. But I do want to say that for our people, the reason why a lot of us fail is just like we have to change the mentality, because a lot of times like you're kind of blunt when you say it, which we are supposed to be able to talk to people straight, especially if we're believers in Christ. And a lot of times like we believe in Christ, right? We believe that our body heals itself, and like by his stripes we are healed, but we're not doing anything to change like our habits, and we're still depending on like the pills and stuff.
Listen, you are so right. Check it out. A lot of people, one, they don't know that there's a scripture that shows, not that certain people can't get prayed of to get healed, but a lot of it's coming with baby steps of when you come into the truth. If I just come and pray over you and anoint you, but you're committing the same old bad habits, what's the point of the praying and anointing? You just go back into the same habits. So if I heal you, you go right back into sickness. So a lot of people don't know that, a lot of people don't know that you actually need to take some things into your hands. So guess what? He's seeing how far you want to go to get healed, to get healthy, to do certain things. And a lot of it comes with, hey, I don't need to pray of you and anoint you probably. You probably just need to stop eating this bad food. You probably need to get up and exercise. That first. See what I'm saying? So definitely.
Yeah, and then like it's just like we come into the truth, like a lot of us came from Christian churches, like so we had to like unlearn and like relearn again. That's the same thing with this health, because a lot of times like people have this negative mentality or like this about certain health things, because like, oh, I already tried this, I've been struggling with this for years, but yeah, you were doing it the wrong way.
There
you
go.
A lot of the things that we think is healthy is not healthy at all.
There you
so,
go.
Like, especially us being Judah people and, like, knowing that we're Hebrews or whatever, we're not even supposed to be consuming half of the crap that we consume in America.
Right.
So, like, you have to, the people suffer for a lack of knowledge. So it's like you have to take it upon yourself to actually learn what is not healthy and, like, educate yourself. Go get a book. Go talk to someone else in the body. We have a lot of people who are like health nuts in the body that actually have that as a profession, like different areas, and you have to like reach out to them to do that so you can learn again and really get back on track. And then you can't start with like, oh, I can't do it. A lot of times I hear people like, oh, I can't do this, or I can't walk that much, or I can't do. You'll never be able to do it as long as you have that mentality.
Yeah, and that's what I was talking about tonight. Hey, we have to fix that mentality. And so I'm glad you came on here. Listen, you on fire, sister. You listen. Hey, we got sisters calling in. Come on, brothers. Let's go. We need the men to lead this thing.
Fatties.
Huh? What you say?
I said no fatties.
Let's get it. But thank you for calling in tonight, my sister. Charity. Make sure you stay in the mindset of charity and keep doing what you're doing. And hey, don't be a castaway. And like you said, Most High gave you some knowledge to do it. Get off your behind and keep doing what you got to do, my sister.
All right. Thank you. Shalom.
Shalom, sis. All right. So the call-in number is 281-973-6872 if you want to call in tonight. If not, I'm going to give me some of them good old homemade enchiladas. Everything from scratch. You know what I'm talking about? Can't wait to put my hands in a batch. Ooh, because I know it's on fire like a match. Anyway, 281-973-6872. Making sure you guys are exercising because you're lazy. You need to stop being so lazy. Who we got calling in today?
Hi, good afternoon, Elder. This is Brother Pa Alu out in the Florida body. How are you?
How are you, my brother?
I'm doing great, man. How about you?
Listen, I'm blessed by the best. No stress, nothing less.
There we go. Love to hear it, brother.
You working out or you're not working out?
Oh, I'm working out. Yes, I'm actually FOG Fitness, Fear of God Fitness in the chat.
Okay.
And I love these messages, man. I love this because I've always had this idea that fitness is spiritual, even before coming into this truth. And I remember, whether it be again in the Christian churches or, like I said, my family's background is Muslim. Last time I spoke with you, it's like I just never thought it was okay to be saying that you're spiritually aligned, but yet you're not taking care of the temple that the Most High has given you.
Come on now.
This doesn't make sense. Like, it's incongruent. And I remember the last Christian church I was at before coming into this truth. This dude, like the pastor, he was the greatest guy. Like, I loved him, great heart, but he was big. Like, he was really big, like morbidly obese, to the point where he's huffing and puffing after a couple steps up to the pulpit, you know? And I'm like, man, that's something just ain't right here, you know? And it never sat well. But man, like everything that you talked about today from the very beginning, even how you had a survival episode where like you said you slipped on the rock or something and you had to dig your hands in or dig yourself in.
Man.
No, it's like we're really training for survival. Like, it's literally survival of the fittest, and you never know what scenario you'll be thrown in. And at that point, how you perform is based on your level of preparedness. You know what I mean? So if you're not doing anything, even the things that you think are insignificant, you know, doing a little cardio here, you know, like you said, jumping jacks. I had no idea that getting your feet off the ground changes your digestive system. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it does it, man. And let me tell you, when the angels didn't come and pick me up off that rock, listen, I'm not saying they wouldn't have revived me, but I couldn't depend on that because, you know, I have to try to save me first. That's just a natural thing I should try to do. Obviously, I'm going to call on the Most High. We all going to do it. But if we don't try to save us, why would the Most High want to save us? Think about it.
It goes back to David, right? When David was in the field doing things, and then by the time he got to Goliath, he was ready for it.
There you go.
You know, he was always. So, yeah, brother, I just wanted to say thank you just for bringing out these messages, because when I got into this truth, to be honest, I didn't even know you guys do these health segments, but it's hand in glove, like I said. So once I started listening to the messages and I'm seeing all about sodium, all about iron, I'm like, all right, these brothers really love us because they actually are healing our people from the grassroots level. You're teaching the gardening and all of that, and I got to tap into some of those as well, too, and just really being self-sufficient, but starting with doing what you can and setting that example. Yeah. And I'll be brief, man, but I was reading the other day, I forgot what was it? Oh, my gosh, I can't remember the book right now, but it was basically talking about how Zabdi, I think it was, when they spoiled Jericho, it's in Joshua. When they spoiled Jericho, Zabdi was one of the sons of the family that had stole when the Most High said, when you go after marching around 7 times and you take the city, don't take any accursed thing. Yeah. And basically that story just helped me understand that, like, if one of us is off, all of us is off. Like you said earlier about the fear thing. So the more of us that can be each one teach one, that's getting on top of their fitness, starting where you're at. No one's shaming you. Just start where you're at and go from there. That's going to set the tone for the next Israelite and then the next brother, the next sister. And your example, like you said, you shine your light. We're not doing things the old way anymore. You shine your light, and you're going to be an example that's going to be a ripple effect for the next person. So, yeah, I just love that you guys empower us to make sure we take responsibility and accountability over our own fitness. Because, hey, at the end of the day, when we're fleeing from city to city, it's going to show what you've really been up to, you know what I mean? So with that, I yield, brother, and just want to say Tawada, man. Double honors to you guys for putting out this truth and this knowledge and speaking to us the way that we need to be spoken to, because everyone else is, you know, really sugarcoating everything, and it's like we already got enough diabetes, bro. We don't need no more sugar.
Well, thank you for calling in, my king.
Absolutely, brother. Shalom.
All right, now. All right, shalom. So I'm, you know what I love? A person like I will try to tell my brother, I'm like, hey, bro, you been working out? I'm like, hey, get back on it. I'll have you rock. He like, listen, I need my next fitness video, right? Because we don't really, me and him, we do this thing like on an elite level, so we don't necessarily need to watch some guys that's in the bodybuilding world anymore. Sometimes we just motivate each other. Obviously, we watch some people every now and then, and a lot of the old school guys who did things a little different, not necessarily by the book. But we keep each other motivated, man. All right, who we got calling in?
Angel.
Who?
Angel.
Angel. How you doing, Angel?
Pretty good. Thank you.
You working out?
How you doing?
Or you not working out?
I'm not working out at the moment.
Okay. Why is that? What's going on? Something happened in your life, or what's going on? Or you got some excuses? What's going on?
Nah, it's no excuse. I just finished having an open heart surgery.
Oh, okay, okay. Well, bless you, my brother. Hey, you doing all right from that?
Yeah, I'm doing good from it.
Praise the Most High.
But yeah, amen. But before that, like I was working out.
Okay,
Um, and for uh, about a year and a half, like I fell off from working out.
okay,
Because I used to play a lot of sports and whatnot.
yeah,
Um, and from that, like I just stopped automatically, and that's when, me personally, I feel like that's when all the complications started really like kicking in and whatnot. And
mm,
when I actually wound up going to my primary doctor, just for a regular checkup, that's when everything came down like a wrecking ball,
yeah,
or you got you got to get cardio like MRIs and stuff like that because your heartbeat is irregular, and stuff
mm,
like that. So that's, and then on top of that, like I was born with a defect called mitral prolapse. But when I was younger, they had me on like these medications and whatnot, and I personally felt that it wasn't doing anything for me, and I wind up doing my research when I was younger, and I stopped automatically from taking it, and I started eating more healthy and actually being more active because they didn't want me to be an active, teenager, no nothing,
mm-hmm.
because they stated that it was gonna complicate things. And once I stopped all that, it actually made it better.
Okay. Well,
So
hey, if it worked out for you, you know what I mean. I mean, people got to make their own choices. You go see your doctor, but at the end of the day, you got to make your own choice. So praise the Most High for that. And what's funny, man? Like when we don't work out, especially as men, just like women, you have hormone imbalances, but when you don't work out as men, when your testosterone is low, guys, I'm gonna tell a lot of men, you are. I'm not gonna say you're not a man, but you are not who the Most High fully made you to be.
right,
When your testosterone levels, which working out increases just naturally, just that alone, now it's not gonna put it to its whole height, depending, but this is the thing. When your testosterone is low, you can be depressed, stressing, lose hair, you feel less than, self-esteem low, energy low. So working out alone can boost your testosterone. Now to the levels we don't know, but to major levels. Now if you want to be at this height, obviously there's other things, foods you can eat. Obviously I sell ultra tests, but working out is that important. So just like you said, staying active is very important, and look where it gets you. You're proof in the pudding. So but anyway, brother, I'm gonna get
right.
to the next call. I appreciate you
All right.
calling in, and it was
Thank you,
very,
Elder.
yeah, and thank you for giving your testimony, sir.
All right. Shalom.
Shalom, shalom. I'll take one more call, um, and I'll probably do another segment on this. I'm probably gonna have to do a whole other segment of just calling in to get the motivation out for people. So I might have to do just like a whole other segment of this. Because we got the scriptures now, but we might want to hear the people. So we got area code 260. Other people trying to call in too, but who we got?
Shalom, Elder. It's
Shalom.
Armani.
Who is this?
Armani?
Armani?
Yes.
Okay, you got some more. You got some Armani on?
No.
All right, you working out or you not working out?
Well, I had reached out to you back in October. I had got shot in the head on 4th of July.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, brother.
Yeah, and your car you supposed to reach out to me, but I guess he's too busy.
Okay. Okay, well I'll get with him, see if he can reach back out to you. Deacon Yakat. Is that what you're calling for?
Yep, because I need some pills. I already got the funds, but I just need some information.
Okay. Okay, well, I'm gonna reach back out to Deacon Yakad to see if he can get back with you again. And I appreciate you calling in tonight, my brother. You hold your head high, and the Most High gonna be with you, man. You stay positive, stay strong.
Shalom.
My man. Deacon Yakad, if you don't mind reaching back out to that brother and see what he needs, my brother. All right? If you're listening in. I'll take one more call. That brother gonna have a whole new body again soon. So listen. Everybody gonna be good. Who we got calling in tonight?
Shalom, Elder.
Shalom. Who we got calling in?
Yes, sir.
Who is it?
So you can hear me. One second.
Who is this?
Just Kayam.
Kayam?
Yes, sir.
Hey, how are you? You working out, my brother, or you not?
Oh, yes, sir. And so I got a testimony about KI supplement. You know what I mean? The supplement that I ordered from you, Elder. So I bought a weightlifting bench, right? So
Okay.
I found myself like this, you know what I mean, mess with it here and there. But when I took the supplement, I put it in some fruit juice, right? You know what I mean, because I wanted to make sure, like, you know, natural fruit, and I blend my own fruit.
Okay.
And I put it, I mix it up. So like after a while, I just get this burst of energy, and it's like I gotta do something to get the energy off. And Elder, I've been working out for it, like, you know what I mean, and you know what I mean, I just be working out, and you know what I mean, and I'm thankful that I found the bench on OfferUp. So like, you know, family, y'all can look on OfferUp. There's benches that be for sale that don't even cost as much money, and you know what I mean, and I know this, Elder, like, as far as when you're working out, your breathing is so important. Like working on your breathing, like,
yeah,
because you know how when stuff happen and you get excited, you know what I mean, it's like you got anxiety. When this stuff really hits the fans, you want to have to be able to control your breathing and understand that that's like the first one of the first things to control. You know what I mean? Because you know what I mean, when things happen and things is excited, everything and everything is chaotic, we're gonna have to be the ones to show the calm, especially the men. We're gonna have to be calm. Like it's like, you know what I mean, like a burglar in the house. You know what I mean? You can't let nobody. Matter of fact, you got to be prepared for this without. You know what I mean? Just got to be. It's got to come natural.
I know what you mean, and working out can do that. You know, that's why I put myself under certain levels of stress when it comes to isometric holds, when it comes to doing reps for a certain amount of time, doing a certain amount of reps, lifting. You know, and everyone's going to have their own way. Some people may be runners, whatever the case may be. They're like, I'm gonna run an extra mile, or I'm gonna run this, I'm gonna do that. You know, so that's what it does. Like just getting off our behind, making sure that we stay active in order to be able to take other levels of stress so that we do not have tunnel vision in a time of trouble. Now, I'm one of those people because I've also been to battle. Unfortunately, it's not something to brag about. It's really scary still to this day when you are in battle and fights with knives and bricks being thrown and 15 people. I mean, I've been in a lot of these situations, and I learned to be very calm because the calmest person can think the best. And I remember being in a brawl over there in Egypt, boy. Let me tell you, it was bricks being thrown, licks being thrown, and I've been in that a lot of times. And I learned to be very calm in the midst of the storm to try to stop the situation or know how to make the next best move, and sometimes getting out of there without throwing a lick sometimes. So, and not in a coward movement, but just learning, hey, how to maneuver to pick your battles or to know when to do what. So working out can really help you. Like I said, when Elder Rawchaa had me curling for 5 minutes straight, or when you're on the wall doing the squat hold on the wall and you timing yourself, these things help your mentality, your mindset, not just your muscle. So we want to say it's just about muscle, obviously, but it also has a dual benefit of helping matter of fact, a triple benefit, the mind, body, spirit, everything. So, you know, you keep doing what you're doing because we're going to need all the warriors of Judah, because Judah doesn't really have an army. We're killing each other off, but it's only going to be so many of us who's going to make it in the truth. So I'd rather not have a lot of unhealthy people in this truth just saying, oh, we praise the Most High. That's good too. But we need you to be in a shape to fight, because when we left Egypt, when you read in the book of Joshua, we smashed on the Egyptians twice in 2 fights before we actually parted the sea. That was an actual physical fight that we did. And there's going to be a battle in the desert with Amalek. Can you be out of shape to fight any battle? No, everyone's depending on the Most High to put the spirit on people when you don't even have no spirit in your own self. So let me tell you something right now. We got to get on our game. And at least if the Most High adds another level of spirit to help us fight, I guarantee he's only going to do it to the discipline, the people with mindset, not the people who just trying to teach lessons, just become a good Hebrew. Let me tell you, becoming a good Hebrew came with chopping heads off, delivering heads to let them know that we did something sometime in the story of Judith. So, and let me tell you, and Judith was a beautiful person. You know she kept herself in shape. How else would she be able to cut that head off? I know it got a little creepy for a second, but it's just the reality. That's what an Israelite is. Game of Thrones style.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes,
but thank you for calling in.
From what, 150 to 210. So,
woo!
You know what I mean? I was small, and now I'm, you know what I mean? I don't even look like I'm 210.
You go back Judah Gorilla, huh?
I'm trying to get there, Elder. You know what I mean? Somehow, some way, I'm keep working though.
Listen, you got it, brother. You got it, man. You got the face of a lion. Come on, my brother. Let's go.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
My
All
man.
praise to the Most High.
My man. Thank you for calling in, King.
Yes, sir.
All right. Shalom. Love you, brother. Shalom. Yeah. So that's going to be the last call for the night, because I can take calls all night. I tell you what, we're going to have to do another call-in on do you work out? If not, why don't you? Because I know a lot of people have excuses. I don't have the time. And I'm going to show you. Let me tell you, you can have 1 minute and get down and do some push-ups. And tomorrow you only got 1 minute, hop down and do some more push-ups. And then at the end of the week, add 2 to 3 reps. Hey, maybe next time you're going to come back stronger. I'm going to take this last call. Good Lord, I'm going to take this last call. Who we got calling in? Oh, that phone sound bad. We can't do that. That's too bad. I'm getting like Elder Rawchaa. No, that phone sound too bad. That's bad for business. Anyway, we're going to close it out. Make sure you join our Hebrew and Bible Academy. Make sure you join our Hebrew and Bible Academy. I'm sorry I can't do it with the bad air in the background. I love you, though. Make sure you join our Hebrew and Bible Academy. I want you to come to historytimes.org, okay? And we have a church website, gatheringofchrist.org, okay? But make sure you go to historytimes.org. You want to join our Hebrew and Bible Academy every Sunday. Peace and blessings. I am your host, Elder Rawchaa. They want me to take the call. I can't. Listen, I love you, but I can't take the call. It's too much static in the background. If you call in next week, I will take your call. Peace and blessings.
The Bible. Is it hard to understand?
When it comes to reading the Bible, the first thing that comes to mind is the fact that this is the Word of God.
The seals have been broken, and the truth is here.
And when we go throughout the scriptures, when we go throughout extra biblical records, we find that the language that God employed, that He used to create the heavens and the earth, was the Hebrew language.
Christ said, I came for the lost sheep of the house of Israel. But yet no one, no religious leader, no religious church out there anywhere can now identify the 12 tribes of Israel. Can we? God is quite simple, but it seems as if man makes understanding Him hard.
What are those mysteries?
The truth of your book and the truth will make